Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Okay. I hope everybody had a great day. I miss y'all. I ain't seen y'all since Sunday because I wasn't live yesterday. Okay. But here we are together having a good time amongst the community of JayBirds. Okay, now look, y'all know a couple of things to do first and foremost. To subscribe to my channel, become a whole JayBird, and time. Okay, you know, like, comment, share. Okay, subscribe. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. But yeah, make sure to like the video. That helps. Liking the video helps YouTube share me with those who don't know me. Okay. Do wrong button. I'm like, what I do? But there are things to discuss. I am here where I'm at. Hi, hello to everybody around here. Okay, I hope we're gonna have a good time. I know we are. Okay, because child, if it ain't one thing, it's another with Monique. Child, and I've been waiting all day to come to y'all to have some commentary about Monique and her son. Okay. Now, I honestly did not know that Monique had 4 children. Okay. Now, that was news to me. Okay. I don't feel like I've ever known. I always felt like I knew she had a kid, but I said she got 4 of them. Anyway, but we will get into that last, the whole thing with her son, her daddy's son. Okay, what she said, what he said. I still don't like. Girl, let me stop because I don't want to go off her too soon. Okay, I don't want to say I'm gonna wait. Okay, we're gonna wait till we get to that part and then have a full conversation. Okay, but let's say some hellos. Okay, how y'all doing? Okay, how was everyone? Okay, I hope shop. Not care to go call me. Yeah, I got time to run to Target real quick. I mean, probably so because you sent that 20 minutes ago. So you had time. I hope that you done went in Target, got your little stuff, and came on out, and then you're back here for me to have a good time. Okay, but hi to the people. Okay, I hope everybody is gonna have a good time. Get you some wine or some water, whatever you want. So I like water. I've been waiting all day to look, y'all. So y'all know I have a full-time job, okay? And when I tell y'all, it has been busy. Like my I have been swamped at work. Okay, luckily yesterday, it was an internet issue here, so I could. That's why I canceled my live. Child, a wire got cut. So, girl, anyway. So yesterday I was able to come home and just chill out, but it's been busy. But I promise you, I've been waiting too, child. But I'm like, it's been so busy. I can't wait for it to slow down, honey, because I can't do it all. Anyway, I told you I need 3 rich people to send me $40K a piece so I can quit my job. Okay. But here we are together. Now, also I did put up it. I had posted Monique and the Sun's stuff earlier today because some people don't care about my commentary. Some folk don't be caring at all, and they only want to hear you talking too much. Why you keep pausing it? So I posted it for folk to watch. Solo dolo with no commentary. But tonight, when we round here, we gonna have a conversation, and I'm gonna be talking about it and pausing and that stuff. Okay, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna get into Daniel. You called me out first in the Nicole. I came in again. Came like, not Nicole reading me, child, because she know I'm gonna be late. But what I love is y'all know Jaylee gonna be here. Okay, if it's 9 o'clock and a live is set, I'm on the way. I'm usually either just walking in the house, get the thumbnail together. I had to cut and edit Malaysia's interview to talk about a few things from there. But I love the fact that y'all know she gonna be late. She gonna be. I can possibly run the Target real quick. Give me a look. Yes. Yes, I love y'all. But yeah, we are here for the commentary. And I saved it. I didn't comment on social media, nothing. I've already watched what he said. I didn't watch what he said twice. I watched what they said once or twice. So I can, be around here. Okay. And stuff. So I'm like, yeah. But let's child. Now I feel it in my bones. A 3-hour tour with Skipper. With Gilligan, the Skipper too. I don't know the people. Anyway, it may not be 3. It may be 2. It may be 2. The year of 2024 has been a mess, okay? Every month is something. I mean, child got me working like a child, like an endangered. Oh, Lord Jesus, okay? And the crazy part, y'all like the thumbnail, I had to piece a thumbnail together because I'm like, it's so many little things to discuss. I was like, what part do I make a part of my thumbnail? We got to add Porsha. Okay, we have to add Beyonce. Okay, we have to get third trimester trifling Tristan. Okay, we got to include the Superbowl drama after the fact. Okay, we have to get into it. But I said, Lord, what is happening with the peoples? Okay, what is going on? Now, I don't have my saved stuff in no kind of order, y'all, because I would have saved stuff to be sure we can discuss it. And then I said, once we get on the live, we'll just run it, and it'll be what it's going to be, and that's it, and that's all we care about, okay? But hey to all the newbies. Hey to all the people popping in right now. Hello to everyone. Let's get to sharing. Okay, now this is some stuff I saved just recently. Okay, but let me see where. Well, I want to start here. Okay, because here in Detroit, okay, here in the city of the D, okay, things be happening, and I'll be like, why would so and so do that? Why would so-and-so do this? Now, I am a firm believer in you should not be around here macing people. You should not be around here messing with people. Because when you mess with people, things happen and then nobody learns the lesson, but somebody always ends up in jail. So I had seen a few days ago a little it was a little court thing, okay, of a lady in court because this fool had maced the lady who did her hair and said because she ain't like her hair, that was the reason she maced. I said, ma'am, that is illegal. You are not supposed to be macing people. It's illegal. And the get you gotcha was, okay, it was caught on camera.
Don't come near my car. Don't come near my car. Don't come near my car. Now stop fucking playing with me. You lucky I didn't shoot your stupid ass.
I said, ma'am, do you not see the camera? Do you not see look, whenever you do dumb stuff, look around first to be sure no one's holding a cell phone recording the dumb stuff you're doing. But she didn't do that.
I sure did, and I'll do it again. Stay the fuck away from me. Bitch threatening me like I'm scared of you. Bitch, you must want to bully.
Now, the lady said she ain't like her hair. Okay. Now, y'all know that the rules in most states, if somebody performs a service, even if you don't like it, you can't refuse payment. Like for hair, like you can't refuse the payment of it all. You can pay them, then sue them to get your money back. Okay, but you are not supposed to sue nobody. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not supposed to not pay the people. That's the legal part. But you definitely ain't supposed to mace the person outside in broad daylight while somebody sit. And this is the other thing: if you are doing something stupid, just know if you see a car sitting idle, they're recording you. Okay, child, she is up now. She's shocked that she's arrested.
For a $5,000 10% cash bond, GPS.
You see her in the corner right there looking confused, but the person said, a 5,000. Look, ma'am, what did you think was gonna happen?
Together with home arrest. The defendant goes into a beauty salon, gets her hair done, and then tells the girl who fixed her hair that she wasn't going to pay for it because she didn't like it. With that, she became upset and approached the girl and sprayed mace directly in her face.
And now you arrested, charged because look. It ain't never that serious. Not ever, never, never. Not today. No, ma'am, no, sir. So now she's in jail, okay, because she's maced the girl 3 times, threatened to kill the girl. You look at it, pop you. You can't be threatening to pop people. That's just not smart at all, okay? Now, what I want to get into next, I want to touch on this. Where is it at? I want to touch on stuff. Y'all, did y'all watch the show Griselda that came on Netflix? Was it on Netflix? Yeah, Netflix. It stars Sofia Vergara. Now, I watched it. I meant to review it and just forgot. Okay, I took notes and everything and literally just forgot to review it. I remember though that they were saying the family, because she dead, only one son alive, and the one son who is alive, he was the one that was on VH1 cartel. Was it Cartel Crew or Mob something? I don't know. It was something about some mob stuff. And I said, sir, if you really with the mob, if your mama was the Blanco lady, I wouldn't want to be on the TV. Get me out the crowd. So he was trying to basically sue Netflix, sue the people and everyone, because he said it's my mama's story. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no, and I get you not wanting anyone to tell your mama's story, but I also felt like they made it seem like the movie was a lie. I'm like, it wasn't a lie. Your mama was, look, the mama was a criminal. Okay, she was a power. Okay, having people power people all the time. And when I watched, I said, oh, they didn't want to make it seem like she was around here, 86 and people. Okay, Griselda Blanco was ruthless. That's what I don't know because I wasn't there, but that's what they said. And the fact that the son was like, he just wanted to be paid, for his mama's story. And I said, that's fine. I get it. Well, they finally settled. Okay, he got some money, if you ask me. Because the attorney said, hey, let's go ahead and dismiss this case. It's closing on now, okay? You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna bring it back up. Meaning Netflix said the same way we paid Monique, we're gonna pay you too. Because I'm pretty sure the movie made a lot of money. I think it was 6 episodes. It also seemed rushed. I said, child, she killed a lot of people. Child was out here running things. In there running things. And, Sofia Vergara did a really good, job on it and everything. But I said, sir, you up here fighting and fussing because your mama, but it's like your mama was taking people out. I mean, out of the game. They're not here no more. Rockabye baby. But luckily, he getting some money based on his mama and her life. Now, maybe they'll make another one. I don't know. And it makes me feel like when people make these movies and these series or whatever, if you're going to do one of somebody who we know was around here power people, like, make it be what it is. She wasn't this, she's so nice. No, she was a killer. Okay. Speaking of killers, a Florida man filed a wrongful death lawsuit because the surgical robots basically killed his wife. A surgical robot during a surgery, burned a hole through somebody, and the lady died. I said, first of all, robots should not be doing the surgeries. I get if it's a utensil, if it's I get this like a CT machine, the MRI machine. You know what I'm saying? I get those kind of robots, but I was like, nothing should be able to fatally injure me like that. Like I don't want not damn robot working on me. Not today, not ever. I need a human being, okay? And if you smell something burning, cut it off. Okay, cut it off. Don't let it get me. Now, I feel like whatever amount of money that man wants, that man should get. Because when anyone said the robot, took me out during my surgery, get it out of my face. It shouldn't be here. It should not be here. And I think hospitals or whoever need to realize maybe we should only let human beings do stuff. Maybe we make sure that human beings are the one who was controlling A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Because if not, what? Now I'm dead, bitch. I don't want to die by robot. Not today, not ever. Now, speaking of not dying, okay, and I know some of y'all don't like Jada Smith. I don't care. Jada Pinkett Smith, that's my girl. That's my girl. I say not they up trying to rob Jada Pinkett Smith. So Jada Pinkett Smith was at her house over there in Los Angeles, okay? And they said some fools really tried to break into the house. Now, I don't know if they meant the big old compound that they have like over in the desert. I feel like they must have another house somewhere in the regular Los Angeles or whatever they do that. Because they said how the people tried to climb a balcony. But they probably thought she wasn't home, but she was there. Okay. The men was in hoodies. They climbed over the balcony, whatever. She's like, what you doing here? Will, is that you? And it wasn't Will. It was some burglars, okay? I was like, that is some B of the S. Okay, it happened just before 8 p.m., okay? And I'm not that she was scared. Not for child. When I had been my 20 at my parents' house years ago. It had to be back in like 2004, 2005, because my car had got stolen. This was after, because my car got stolen twice. I was carjacked one time for my car, and then the one other time they stole my car. I can't think what time it was, but because my car wasn't outside, we think people had been casing our house because they happened to try to break in, thinking wasn't nobody home because all the cars were gone. Okay, I'm in my bed, sleep. Okay, sleep, Sandman sleep, and I hear like a little rumble noise, and I'm like, what's going on? And I open my eyes, and I'm sitting up, child, and somebody was literally climbing in my bedroom window. I screamed. I was so scared. Because we feel like, because they were so used to our car being there, and if they weren't, they were gone. We like, somebody must have been cased in the neighborhood. And they tried to break in thinking no one was home because my car was gone or whatever. And I screamed and did not want to leave my room. I called, I think my dad, who was at work, like, oh my God, somebody trying to bring the house. He was like, what? He was like, Jay, run across the street. So he called our neighbor. By the time I called my dad and I jumped up for clothes on around the house, my neighbor was coming over. It was so scary. So I'm like, what? So I can imagine Jada, because ain't nothing worse than you in your space. You in your space, and someone comes, they crawling in, bitch. I was already traumatized from my car being gone. It's just too much. So thank God that she's okay. Thank God they didn't get nothing on her life. Thank God she's a survivor. That's what matters to me. Okay. And if y'all know people who be stealing, tell folks stop stealing. Okay. Ain't no reason to be stealing around here. If you don't own it, if it ain't yours, then you just don't have it. That should be it. I can't stand when people steal. It gets on my nerves. Okay. Now what's up next? I got some. Oh, let's say some congrats. So I want to say congrats to Quinta. Quinta's show Abbott was renewed for a 4th season. Okay. If y'all are not watching Abbott Elementary, it is child. The past episode where the principal lady was around here turning over a new leaf, and she was like, "Oh, I'm be a good principal or whatever," and I'm not gonna listen. She was all good, and they wanted her to get back to herself. And then, child, they played "Back That Ass Up," and I said, "Not back that ass up." Why is her so loud? Am I going crazy? Oh, my balloons. But I'm like, why am I hearing things moving around here? But I be forgetting my balloon was over there. Anyway, but Abbott got a season 4. I am happy because a lot of Black shows have been canceled. So we have to be appreciative when we find out that Black shows is being renewed. Okay, so kudos to Quinta and everybody who was involved in the Abbott Elementary show. It's a very good show. It's written very, very well. It's very, very funny. A lot of, great actors and everything. So I love it, love it, love it, love it. So congrats to her. Also, congrats to Michelle. Last name I can't pronounce the right way. But during I think it was during the writer's strike. I think it was, but it was a show called Survival of the Thickest that came on Netflix. Now I watched it. It was a really good, funny show, and I was praying, like, please let this show get a season 2. And sure enough, the show got a season 2. She's also going to have another Netflix comedy special. Now Michelle, who last name I can't pronounce the right way, she's also on First Wives Club, which is on BT Plus. But I am so happy that her show as well is getting a season 2 on Net of the Flicks. Okay, if you have not already watched the show, Okay, it's called Survival of the Thickest. It's based on her book. It's a very funny show. It's it's funny. Okay, I don't want to like ruin it for y'all. I don't like no spoilers or whatever, but it's very good. Okay, so again, watch it if you have not already, and then we should let that be. Now, what I want to do, because I saved so much stuff, and I just want to be sure I cover what I want to cover. Okay, I don't want to talk about Kanye West shit. What I want to go to? Oh, we'll go here. So y'all know that man, the flying felon. The flying felon has been sentenced. Okay. No, I'm sorry. He's gotten more charges. Is what I'm trying to say. He around here. Okay. He's been charged with now attempted murder. I said murder. Now the way the flying felon flew across, I feel like the lady could have really got hurt. You know, so the judge, she really, really, really could have got hurt. Okay. But do y'all think the attempted murder, I mean, he was on a mission. You know, but I was like, damn, attempted murder. That's a bit, you know what I'm saying? But he also has a history. He has a criminal history. I do feel like, he needs to suffer some consequences. I mean, but I feel like attempted murder, is that pushing it a little too far? Like, I mean, give him all the assault and battery charges he can get. Okay, all of them. All of them. Okay, whatever battery he can get, give it to him. Give it to him. Because he for sure deserves that. But I'm like, I don't know about attempted murder. That's a lot. Let's say congrats to Usher. Usher and that lady got married. Okay, we had heard that Usher was around here, and how Usher had got that marriage license. Okay, and we now know that Usher did actually get married. I said congrats yesterday. Because they was at the little after. So after the Super Bowl, there was like an after party dinner that Usher had. Okay, and Usher, I don't know why I keep saying his name like that. Usher, and his now wife Jennifer came in all white, and because you heard on the DJ booth.
Congrats to newlyweds in the building. Newlyweds in the building. Because I was scratching. One time for everybody here. Let's go.
No music. No music. But yeah, congrats to the newlyweds. Page 6 was the first publication I saw a post about it. That's also where the video came from. So Usher, this is his third marriage, you know what I'm saying, to people. And Usher said, I'm a one woman man. Now we kept seeing people post about the halftime show and him all over the keys. Now I kept on saying, my folks kept on saying, what is Swiss Beats gonna say? You know, I said, y'all know Usher has been in a whole relationship. Him and the lady, him and his wife, having either 2 or 3 kids together. I'm like, y'all talking about, I'm like, what does she think? Now, I know she don't care. Because at the end of the day, Usher is around here just, giving away community penis, in a friendly way. He's really not trying to, be with other people. It's just for entertainment, okay? And a part of me feel like all the drama from the Super Bowl, let's get into that. Let me see. They said it was nothing. Look, I told you Usher had took his whole shirt off, and I forgot to put a picture of it. Okay, but he, look, the longest halftime performance in history. Okay. Also, y'all, I rewatched it because the first time I watched it, I was, taking notes and just so consumed with everything. I didn't realize a few things, even the fact that he was around there dancing with the frat guys. I'm like, that was really up there. I think it's the nuke they said, I don't know. Okay, over 30 million people. First of all, we all watched for his performance. Okay, let's call it a thing. Okay, but 30 million people watched his performance. Okay, 400 people was with him on the stage, on the field. I said 400. 4? Child, that's a lot of people. 400, not 2, not 3, 400 people. Okay. That had to be expensive. Because, with dancers, with acrobatic people, just a lot. Just a whole lot of everything, and this thing, and that thing. And that thing be thinking sometimes. But I said, that 400? Anyway. He's still trending 2 days later. And then the songs were trending. The performance, the fashion, everything was still trending. Okay, even today. Mm-hmm. Oh, nope. Ain't no plan. He was out there skating. He had a few surprise guests. Child, first of all, he did 14 songs. 14 songs in 15 minutes. Well, I think it was 13 minutes. The thing on YouTube said 13 minutes and 20 seconds, but I heard it was 15 minutes. Okay. However, they also were saying, they being some haters, 123.4 million people watched the Usher concert. Okay. A little bit of football play. Alicia Keys. So y'all, I rewatched a lot of stuff back. And when I rewatched, I said, Alicia, did she fix that voice on YouTube for her performance, and I think also for Andra Day, because when I watched Andra, I watched everything except Usher on the YouTube thing. They're saying that they fixed folks' vocals because Alicia Keys' vocals was, because that beginning was not there no more. They fixed it or whatever. And when I heard Andra Day perform the Black National Anthem, she sounded great to me. So I feel like they fixed a lot of people's notes on what played out on social media, on the YouTube or whatever. If you watch the live, that's a bit different. I also want to say so many people was going in on Alicia Keys. I felt so bad for her. I mean, singing live is hard, and we know she can sing. Because I think, like, we know she can sing. So I do feel bad that she sounded off key a little bit. Because, like, we know she can sing, y'all. We love Alicia. Now, should they have fixed the audio? No. I feel like it was what it was. Or maybe yes. Because the replay is supposed to be better anyway, okay? The second time around should always sound good, okay? Now, also, child, they were saying, what else to say? Jermaine and them socks. When Jermaine, let me see if I can find the thing, because Jermaine socks, y'all. I don't know who told him that he should wear the socks. I'm not sure at what point he thought it was a good idea. I told y'all when I was watching it, I said, child, Pugsley. And him having on Easter socks, I was like, sir, why? Now, when Jermaine posted a close-up of the sock, I said, first of all, sir, why is your feet so little? I know you little too. I'm like, but those are baby feet. You have baby feet too, child. Then don't say, okay, I ain't had time for y'all last night. I was too drunk. But these Louis Vuitton. So what? When people show the name brand of an item to make anyone feel like, oh, it don't look that bad. Yes, look. It can be Jesus sandals, okay. It can be Mary Magdalene's bra. I don't care. The socks are ugly. They look like Easter socks, okay. And if you had to show the close up of something from a child, he showed a close up as if it mattered. The close up still look crazy because it's a little pearl on the side, little pearl. Okay, then it is the name. It's still ugly. The whole thing was ugly. Child, see this child is signal. Let me try to switch them around. See that works. But it's just, and as a short person, you can't, us short people, we have to be sure that what we wear doesn't make us look shorter. The same way if you're a plus size, you have to wear stuff that won't make you look bigger. And say, and he came out as if it was a good outfit. I was like, sir, no. And he did look like a little Oompa Loompa because it was the socks and the shoes at the same time that made him, we represent the lollipop girl, the lollipop girl, the lollipop, sir. Because it's like, but also maybe he did not realize we would see him from the bottom up. And he looked all short people, we look even more condensed. If someone looking at us from the floor up, okay, and from the floor up, he was a lollipop girl, a lollipop girl, a lollipop. That's what it was. And whoever loves him, it must also hate him. I said, sir, what are you doing? What is going on? Doesn't make any sense. Now, congrats to the actual winners of the Super Bowl. I didn't care who won. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was waiting, hoping the Lions would be what we didn't get there. Okay. I didn't care. Okay. However, you know, not the 49ers, who was it? The Kansas City Chiefs won. I hated how they kept flashing to Taylor Swift. That was very aggravating because I feel like the football game was not about her, okay? But they kept showing her, and I said, why? But congrats to the Chief people who won. They won for, I think, the 4th time they won. So congrats. You know, it takes a lot of effort and hard work to, you know, get to that point. So I get that. You know, we want to be sure that we acknowledge their hard work for winning team and blah, 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 whatever. We did, I thought I saved it because Swiss Beats had came out and said, y'all got me fucked up. Oh, here you go. I know I saved it. Swiss said, get off my wife, Usher. Well, he said that. But what he did say was, y'all talking about the wrong damn thing. Y'all don't see that amazing dress covering the entire stadium. Tonight's performance was nothing but amazing with 2 amazing giants. Congrats, Usher, and I love Alicia Keys. That song is classic. My boo. We don't do negative vibes on the site. We make history. Go see Giants at Brooklyn Museum. It's open to July. So, you know, the whole not conspiracy. I did not see anything wrong with Usher and Alicia Keys' performance. I feel like a lot of people like to cause conflict and controversy for no reason. Now, some folks said because Usher, It was a paper that said that. Because Usher heard her sing off key a little bit. He said, hey, let me put my arms around her. And more folk may talk about that than the bad note. They talked about both. The bad note and the hugs around the waist. But I feel like it wasn't inappropriate. Now her outfit, Alicia Keys' outfit, she looked amazing. Okay, she looked gorgeous. I love the red. Her body is bodying. You know what I'm saying? I also love the fact that, Swiss Beats, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't think y'all got me fucked up. I love my wife. And again, Usher, has a wife now too. And I said, people be putting it 20 on 10 as if Usher around here really trying to get people. And I'm like, they not. And at the end of the day, what we need to do is put some respect on Alicia Keys' name, because we all know I keep on falling in and out of love with we love her songs. Okay, so we know she can sing. I also know that, as an artist, if who uses their voice, if they sing sometimes they may lose their voice. You know what I'm saying? They can't be perfect at all times. And sometimes hitting those high notes, sometimes it just don't work. And she's singing songs she made like 10 years ago. So, it's not perfect. I get that. But I do want people to stop talking. Look, let's stop acting like Alicia Keys and J-Lo. Okay? Let's stop acting like Alicia Keys' voice was ever like J-Lo's, and she never could sing, and she round here trying to hit high notes for no damn reason. Everybody don't always hit their notes while singing live at a Super Bowl. I felt like the full performance was good. Again, the first note wasn't great, but she still kept going, and she still is Alicia Keys. So we're going to put some respect on my girl name. Okay, go play her CDs. And they said that both Alicia Keys songs and Usher songs, like, was on the rise, on whatever, on the charts or whatever, is getting all kind of play. You know what I'm saying? She looked good. She sounded good. Just that beginning thing was that part wasn't right, and that's okay. But let's not keep dragging it as if, oh my God, she sounds horrible. Oh God, she can't sing. Okay, let's not act like, she's elite. We know she can sing. It's just she sometimes be having bad days. That's all. But we ain't perfect. Sometimes I don't, you know what I'm saying? I say stuff sometimes it don't be funny. I mean, I don't know, but I'm saying everybody can't be perfect all the time. So but y'all, this outfit, I can't get over her outfit. That's my thing. Okay. But again, overall, the full Super Bowl, it was great. Now, y'all, I saw this picture, and I said, "Is Reba McEntire trapping?" I said, "Why the child? She in the furrow, okay, in some boots." I said, "Reba, is she married? Is Reba out here trying to pull some young tenderoni men to her web of ness? I don't know what ness it is, but is Reba out here?" I said, "Reba, what is girl? Fur coat, leggings or jeggings, knee-high boots. Child." Reba said, "Bitch, I'm not the mama's country star. Okay, I'm out in these streets. Okay, catch me at the club. Okay, I'm gonna be hoop scooting and boogieing. Okay, don't play with me. I said, come on now, Reba. I said, she wild. Shut. Gonna get caught, Reba. Somebody gonna get you, Reba. I don't know who. But Reba said, I'm out in these streets. Am I out? I'm out here looking for him. Okay, is he looking for me? I said, I don't know. Child foolishness. There was a shooting at Joel Osteen's church in Houston. When I first heard about it, I think it was on somebody's live, and they brought it up on. I think I was listening to Maddie, Maddie, on her live, and someone brought it up on there. And they got the shooter, okay. But the get you gotcha to me was, because I said, Joel Osteen, the white man, this church, okay. And child, Joel was talking to the people. And I'm going to say this, and I mean this with every fiber of my being. I have never seen anyone speak about a shooting while smiling. Now, maybe his face is frozen in a smiling place. I don't know. But I said, sir, fix your face.
Could have been a lot worse. Of course, we're devastated. I mean, we've been here 65 years and have somebody shooting in your church. But, we don't understand why these things happen, but we know God's in control. And we're going to pray for that little 5-year-old boy and pray for the lady that was deceased, her family and all, and the other gentleman. But I don't know. It's just kind of in a fog, but, just.
Why the fuck was he smiling? Why was he smiling? Now, they said a lady came in with a 5-year-old kid. Lady had a gun, was shooting around. It was like 2 off-duty cops there. They shooting back. Okay. The lady who came in powering, she went to go see Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if she went to church, is where God is, and she immediately went to see Jesus, or down below. Some kind of way, the kid she was with also got hit. Then some man who was there got hit in the leg. I said, well, that is kind of crazy. But the whole time, I said, why his face don't move?
Just believe that, we're going to stay strong. We're going to continue to move forward. And there are forces of evil, but the forces that are for us, the forces of God, are stronger than that. So we're going to keep going strong and just, doing what God's called us to do. Lift people up and give hope to the world.
I said,
it could have been a lot worse. Of course, we're devastated.
His face is tight and loose at the same time. Okay, it is stretched but wrinkled at it. I was like, sir, is it Botox or no? I don't know. Look, I don't trust people who face lie, and I'm like, if you can't have a conversation about a shooting and not be smiling, I don't trust you at all. Because you can't even fix your face. Like, could you imagine him at a funeral? Like, sir, why are you smiling at me? Don't be smiling at me. Don't do that. Now, speaking of stupidness, a shooting in one church, trapping in the other. Okay, child, a Connecticut pastor has been arrested because he was dealing crystal meth out of his church. 63-year-old Reverend Herbert Miller of Woodbury United Methodist Church was charged with possession of narcotics with intent to sell, possession of controlled substance, and use of drug paraphernalia. And I said, what? And somebody tipped the police off and said, I think the pastor is possibly selling drugs from the church. Okay. I said, sir, God gave out fish, bread, wine, water. What made you think to sell the drugs out of God's house? I was like, I don't understand the thoughts of people who do stupid things for dumbass reasons. I said, because not out of the church. That's why some folk like don't like church, like they don't like church because they feel like, oh, the pastor smiling over a shooting, this pastor around here, dealing drugs, and his stuff don't make sense. Now, this story I was contemplating on if I was going to do commentary about it because I felt like it was such a travesty and it is sad, but I have commentary too. Now, did y'all hear about the mama, 26-year-old girl in Kansas City who was currently in jail for accidentally placing a child down for a nap in an oven, and you see what it say. And the child was a 1-month-old child. The grandmama found the child, and I said, the moment I seen, I was like, when I saw I was like, what? I kept being confused because I was like, they're saying, oh, and I know parents, you're tired, you're overworked, postpartum, this, that, and the other. And I say, I get all that, but I said, my mind still feels like even if you accidentally, my mind could not go to accidentally, because the way you put a child in a crib or you put a child down for a nap is not the way you can't eat. The way you open an oven is completely different than how you put a child down for a nap. So I was like, first of all, the noises that ovens make when you open them should make you know that ain't a crib. Who the fuck cut the oven on? Because even if you accidentally put something in the oven, who the fuck cut the oven on? I also said you have to open and close I had so many questions. My mind could not wrap itself around the conversation. And I want to say this. Okay. I feel like so many people don't need children. I feel like so many people also should say so-and-so should not have kids. Okay. Because so-and-so ain't fit. Okay. I just felt like that's just like, I don't understand it. I do not understand. If she would have said, I ran some dishwater to wash the dishes and I was washing dishes. I hadn't had no sleep in 12, 13, 16 hours. And I accidentally, when I was rocking my baby to sleep, put her down in the sink. Because placing a child in a sink is like placing a child in a bassinet. So that's why I can completely get, damn, that mama was so tired, she just did not even realize it was a sink. You have to open and close the oven. You have to cut the oven on. So a part of me feel like if you need medication to tell the difference between putting a child to bed and cutting on an oven and putting a human in the oven, you should not have children. It's such a heartbreaking story because of the story, because of heartbreaking for the child, not the mama. And part of me feel like not the mama. So much had to have went into that happening, including the heat of the oven and the baby crying. You know what I'm saying? So I understand postpartum. I understand people being off their meds, but that's what I'm saying. If you know somebody need meds to not be able to make this kind of disastrous mistake, that's the time to step in and say, hey, you should not have children because your mental wellness is the top priority. And I was like that. I just, like, my mind, I just can't wrap my head around it. But y'all, let's have a quick little, like the video. Let's let's get some little laughs, honey, and some dancing around here. Take a little minute, like the video. I'll be right back. And we're back. Let's get into, let me see who I want to get to next. Because it has so much random stuff. Let's touch on Sheree. Now I said, now Sheree, what are you talking about? You know, y'all, shit, girl, gotta share my screen. How did I forget to share the screen? So, Sheree Whitfield. You know what I'm saying? Now, Leonard's fine ass. Leonard's fine. Sheree is talking, okay? Talking to page 6. And she said how she wants her next relationship to add value to her life. Now, they keep saying after her breakup with Martell. I'm like, she wasn't even really with Martell. You know, but she said, since I've been single, I've been working on myself a lot. I would like my partner to be serious and add value to my life in all aspects. This time around, I'm looking for someone who is emotionally available and supportive. I am looking for the qualities that my past relationships did not have. I said, Sheree. Now, first of all, I said that could mean Martell or Tyrone. Because technically, I feel like Sheree was in more of a relationship with Tyrone than Martell. I think everybody feel Sheree and Martell was a business relationship. Even if no money was exchanged, even if he didn't pay her and she didn't pay him, even if all it was them saying, hey, We can take some pictures together. We can hang out or whatever and see what happens. It was never something either one of them would take serious, because Martell's Ashley D was all over social media. It was impossible for Sheree to act like I didn't know nothing. He was a great man to me. Ma'am, shut up. And even with Tyrone was a whole prisoner. So of course he wasn't available. He was in prison. You know what I'm saying? So a part of me feel like, you know, I don't hope that no one loses a check. However, I feel like Sheree, the past few times she's came back to Housewife, she hasn't really been honest or truthful with what her life is and what's going on. It's always some fabricated something. You know what I'm saying? At the one point, she fabricated her and Bob trying to get back together. You know, then the whole She by Sheree shit. Then her and Tyrone, her and Martin. Like, she's always making shit up. So part of me feel like Sheree isn't coming back next season, because what does she have to be on the show, in my opinion? Okay. And so she's not grasping at straws. Let me say, I'm looking for someone to love me. And that's great. That's amazing. That's cool. But at the same time, you could have been did that. Sheree could have been showing us her life trying to date, trying to see who, what, when, or how would be her next check. But she won't do that. Okay? She did not want to take the time out to live life and then have something to bring us. But you know who did do that, child? Porsha came and she announced that she will be returning to the season of the 16 of Housewives.
Who said that? Porsha Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's false. But Porsha Guabadia is in the building. See y'all. Mwah. Who said that? Porsha Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's false. But Porsha Guabadia is in the building. See y'all. Mwah.
So this is my thing. Porsha coming back to Housewives. Y'all, it makes sense. I told y'all before, I said, look, Porsha was smart. Porsha left because she knew they would come after her and that lady husband. Because at that point in time, Simon was still Fallon's husband. She left the show, got married. Her and Simon been married for like a year now or whatever. And it kind of makes sense to go back now because we haven't seen much of her life since then. Porsha is also young enough to where she can still grow with the show. We haven't seen that much of what she's been doing. Her new husband, their new house, whatever she like. We want to see what's going on. So that was smart. She left for what? I think two or three seasons. Because I think she left in 2021 or 22. Either way, she coming back and she's like, you know, I'm here for a reason. Okay. She also got a deal with NBC Universal for some scripted shows. I'm like, is everybody shit though? Is everybody shit though, baby? Child, now with new teeth. Now look, Portia's face do look different. You know, she has had, you know, some of her teeth done. I agree. So you know, I can see that. The being Porsha. I like Porsha. Not gonna find the Underground Railroad. Lord. Porsha to me, I'ma sound like a hypocrite, but let me explain. I feel like they don't need to keep bringing back old people unless it's for a reason. Porsha come back is for a reason. You left, got married, had your own show, was fighting your baby daddy. Like, those are things to discuss. I feel like also Porsha's a mom, you know what I'm saying? And it will be fun to see it. Now, again, this also makes me say they need to keep Kenya. Let's see how their dynamic works. They need to get rid of Marlo because they haven't announced anybody else. But you do see, Kenya said, "Come on, Sweet 16." I feel like Kenya gonna come back. Candy gone. We do not need Phaedra. Okay, we do not need Phaedra. We don't need Phaedra. We don't need Sheree. We don't need Marlo. Let them go. So I think this will make people tune in. I do not think, I know for a fact, I know they not going to bring back Nene, so get it out your head, okay? Nene around here with a new face. I told y'all before, Nene around here, and she's an AI model. Nene is allowing them to use her face for AI test outs. You can't tell me no difference, okay? It's some weird shit going on, okay? So Nene will not be back, but I really need Nene's face to start looking like Nene's face, okay? And not like an AI. When I said, what the fuck is this? I said, what the fuck? Nene, is that you? Nene, you know what I'm saying? Nene no longer looks human. Nene looked like an AI. I don't know why she keep doing this to her face. I don't know why she allowed them to keep. I don't know. Child. But at some point, you got to get real. Okay? This shit ain't cute. It ain't cute at all. Speaking of not being cute. Tristan, third trimester, trifling Tristan Thompson. Now, when I saw this, I said, what? I said, now what now? Tristan Thompson condemns estranged father for neglecting disabled brother amid guardianship battle. I said, pop me kettle. The reason, now I'm not saying he should not be upset with the daddy for neglecting the son who disabled, you know what I'm saying, Tristan's brother. I said, but Tristan, you fully neglect the son you had on Chloe. So Tristan's trying to get permanent guardianship of his brother. The brother's 17 years old. Who is he's disabled. Okay. Court documents obtained by Radar Online state that the court people requested Thompson and his legal team to provide additional details to the court this week. His mom passed away last year, so he has a kid, but he's upset that the birth father did not try to help. I said, sir, neither have you. You have a whole son, and the mama keep talking about how you have not met. The son is probably like 2 by now, because his son, the child he had with old girl, was born before his son with Chloe. That son is like 1 or 2. So you around here neglecting your own son. So shut up. You're trifling like your daddy. Okay. It looked like you get it from him. Okay. Until you do right by your own children, shut up. Leave it alone and get out of our face, because you are doing the same thing. And the crazy part is, your son ain't even the same. You don't want to be, you did not want to be involved because you felt like Chloe would take you back if you, I guess I don't know. It's stupid nonetheless. Okay. Now I won't say this is stupid. It's not stupid. But congrats to Just Hilarious. She is 3 months pregnant with her second child with her boyfriend. Well, she has a boyfriend. And they announced today on the radio that she's pregnant. Now, I'm not, child. First of all, congrats. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Fully congrats. At the same time, I said, girl, you was 12. She's 13 weeks pregnant. And I said, you want to wait no longer? I always find it weird when people announce their pregnancy so early on. Maybe she just doesn't want to have to hide it. They were saying on the radio today how people kept on saying, "Oh, was she high?" She said like she may be a little bit drunk. So like maybe that's where proving I'm not around here drunk or high. I'm pregnant, so I'm sick. So if I seem off, it's because I'm sick because I'm pregnant. Now her and the little boyfriend man or whatever, you know, it was also her birthday. It was also her birthday. So happy birthday. So she announced that she's 13 weeks pregnant, meaning she has a whole year to go. When folks announce the pregnancy so early, I feel like they be pregnant forever. Like she gonna be pregnant until next year. Well, not next year. We're gonna see like that, okay? But congrats. You know, the guy called in like, "Hey, babe, happy birthday. I love you, blah, blah, bloop. And I love our bundle of joy." I was like, that's how y'all look, girl. Either way go, congrats. Babies are blessings. I'm saying she got a whole job now. She has a new baby now. So it's his, which is his. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, everything comes out happy and healthy. We pray for a happy, healthy, easy pregnancy for her, and we don't want nothing being messed up. Okay. Larsa and Mark is the Mark. Yeah, Mark and Jordan broke up. The fact that Scottie Pippen's ex-wife was really around here fucking Michael Jordan's son has never sat well with me. Ever. A part of me always felt like, ew. Ew. Okay. So them breaking up after about a year of dating, I don't feel like anybody's like, oh my God. Oh my God, really? They broke up? Oh my God. That is horrible. Why would that happen? Like nobody. Why I feel like my thing just dropped out. That's so weird. No one was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh, it's so sad. Everyone was like, finally, oh my God, so happy. Blah, blah, blue. I feel like, okay, a part of their dating ship felt like we just want to piss off somebody. I want to piss off Scottie. Maybe you want to piss off your father. We just hang out. You know what I'm saying? And that turned in, well, I mean, I could suck your dick. You know what I'm saying? And then that turned into, I could date you. You know what I'm saying? It came off like, let's try to piss people off and see how it goes. And then, you know, it lasted a year. So I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Nobody believed that shit. No one. I don't think they did. I think eventually it got harder for them to stay acting as if they were a couple. Oh, this is forever, and we love each other, and we want to be together, and no one can break us up. Our parents are so happy. Lies. Let's touch on, where's Tyrese? Purple rain. I don't know why I got purple rain in my head with Tyrese. Tyrese is around here being dumb. Okay, I want to share a little video with y'all because Tyrese is always, you know, I think he wants some attention, and I don't know why. So, where's the video at? Because I feel like I can't even explain it the right way. Where's Tyrese? Yeah. I'm on real quick. Tyrese is around here at his house in the dark. And I feel like Tyrese doesn't know how to market himself without coming off like a victim of something. And so his way to do things now is to make it seem as if everyone is doing me wrong. And listen.
Man, and tell y'all, like, I literally had the worst Super Bowl experience ever. I had 10 people at my house, wings, food, ready to go. And there was a power outage in my fucking house, in my neighborhood. And with the power outage, the Wi-Fi went. Most niggas don't have cable, so Apple TV, watching shit, and yeah, so we just over here sitting in the dark, and I couldn't watch the Super Bowl. So I ended up watching the halftime performance with Usher on my phone. And I just wanted to let y'all know that Tyrese.tv just went live. The trailer for the release of my new album, Beautiful Pain, is going to be up for only 10 hours. Okay? Tyrese.tv. Okay?
I said, why?
As long as y'all have been rocking with me, have y'all ever known me for having a website, merchandise, being able to sell my albums, my vinyls, my CDs, just whatever? I've never had it ever in my whole career. And it just went live today. And it's only going to be live for 10 hours. Listen to me. Tyrese.tv. I just saved it right there. I just pinned it. Tyrese.tv. Go to Tyrese.tv right now.
I said, sir, stop talking to us. Like, I understand that he wants to do some promotion. I understand he feel like, hey, I have to be around here. And if I don't promote me, who will? And that's a great way to feel. It's a great thing to do because you want to be sure that, you know, that you're able to make money. But a part of me feel like, just don't lie about stuff, though.
And it's only going to be up for 10 hours.
Now, he posted this on Super Bowl Sunday. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Okay. The website is still up. The vinyls are still up. The vinyls are $50 a piece. Oh, $50, $40, $32. Okay. But I'm like, sir, the stuff is still for sale. Now the CDs, the old CDs are, you know, $13, $14. Okay. He has some hats. If you can get a Beautiful Pain beanie hat for $40. Some t-shirts for $45. Okay. That has a little, is that a little rose? What is that? Look, girl. Po Tyrese.
Beautiful Pain was just released for only 10 hours. We're taking the website down in 10 hours.
It's still up.
And I don't know when it's going live again. But anybody who orders right now, the double album, Beautiful Pain, anybody who orders it right now, today, all of your orders will be honored. Wherever you are in the world, worldwide, go to Tyrese.tv. Beautiful Pain just went live. Tyrese.tv. If y'all can hear me right now, write in the comments, Tyrese.tv. The other thing I want y'all to see, as soon as you go to the website, I want you to see the trailer that just got released today to the 6-part documentary. It was supposed to be a 4-part, but we just bumped it up to a 6-part documentary.
Bumped it up? So what, child? He was just talking. And then the main thing was the album is a lot of the album is about his ex-wife. Okay. So with the post of him being on live, he also said, my plans are fuck, power is out in my hood. So I'm, you know, I ain't got that. Me and Zelly just broke up over some dumb shit. She demanded that I cancel my album because there's too many songs about my ex on there. Fuck does that even mean? What it means is for about a year. Okay, why do it feel like my signal or like my thing is going out? Let me see. Because I have it up my phone and it goes away as if I'm not on live. And I'm on live. Man, okay. Let's be sure that is playing. Okay, anyway, the fact that for the past year or so you have been whining about your ex-wife, I'm surprised the girlfriend stayed that long, because you can't be around here consistently having conversations and fussing back and forth about your ex-wife while we are in a full-blown, 2-3 year relationship. Maybe more, maybe like 3 or 4 years. They've been together for a minute. It just doesn't make any sense. So I feel like her saying, hey, we're done. If you put out this album of you begging and pleading and conversing about your ex-wife, we can't be together no more. At all. I wholeheartedly support that, because one, Tyrese is not over his ex-wife. That's clear. And until he is, he do not need to be with anybody, because I should not have to put up with your bull stuff because you want to keep complaining about your ex-wife while being engaged to me. Okay? No, ma'am. No, sir. So Tyrese is around here on bullshit, and I didn't even care to play the rest of it because it's just him fussing. Even him saying how his lawyers or his team did not want him to promote the album. He did it, girl. Jesus, go help Tyrese, because we can't help him. Like there's nothing any of us can do, because he just won't stop. He won't stop. Now, let's get into Malaysia. Where is it at? Malaysia had an interview with Carlos King today, okay? And I feel like, y'all know, let me pull up the thing, hold on.
And then,
so that new show that Carlos has called, I think it's called Bad and Bougie. Is it Bad and Bougie? That's fucking song. Bougie and something. It ain't Broken Bougie. Is it Beige and Bougie? It's something to Bougie. That Bougie show they have that's on, it's gonna be on WeTV. They're trying to promote that show. I don't care to watch it because I feel like it's a bunch of random people together for nothing. Trying to make it be something. The way I would have liked this show better would have been, okay, if you're gonna bring, because apparently, child, bold and bougie. I called it girl basic and bougie. Girl, I don't know. Okay, bold and bougie. When I heard him say how he kind of shaped the show around her, I feel like, why didn't you get any of her actual friends? When to get other people who are kind of like, we know Tamika Foster Raymond is Usher Raymond's ex-wife. Okay. We know the girl Crystal is Neo's ex-wife. Okay. We know Malaysia was on Basketball Wives. Okay. Now, Goshay, who I remember because she dated Lala Anthony's cousin and was on Lala's show. She was also on one of those hair shows on WeTV a while ago. So I knew of Goshay. I do not know who the last girl is at all, but I feel like it feels like you just pulled 5 random women who knew of each other and put them on the show. That's boring. But this, and to me, I watched the whole interview. They didn't really discuss the bad girl, the bougie show. They discussed more Basketball Wives. So she discussed how she first got on the show, what happened when she first got there.
and like, it was all history. We went and we went in front of VH1 and we talked about what it would look like, and the cast looked totally different. Like, it was like Melanie Fiona.
I said Melanie Fiona was gonna be on Basketball. Yes, and Malaysia's real name is LaQuisha. LaQuisha. LaQuisha.
It
What?
was, yeah, Yolanda Smith. I feel like Shawnee, Brandy, Maxfield, and one other.
Was Laura
person.
Gabbana part of it?
Not an arm thing.
Not in your thing.
Yeah, so
Jackie Christie?
no.
Wow.
It was like some whole different other crap going on. And so when I like went to set for the first day, I was like, who that? Oh, y'all got me fucked up. What? Shawnee, where you at? She was like, girl, I ain't coming.
Is it me? Let me know. Is it me? Is Malaysia boring? Now, y'all know I had to speed up her talking. Malaysia talks so slow. I was going to sleep, so I had to speed it up a little bit. But is she boring? I feel like she's boring.
So when y'all was gonna fucking tell me that everybody that
Listen,
I said.
all I'm gonna say is this. I've been producing for 15 years. I feel like Shawnee O'Neal is the...
And Carlos laughing like she's funny proves that Carlos is fake.
one of the funniest producers to me. And Shawnee be going ghost.
She in a minute. Let them piss her off or something. We do not ever know. But she went ghost, but she was like, anytime I needed her, she would answer the phone. Like anytime I needed her, she's never been ghost to the point where I'm like, well, where the hell? But you know, I could call her and be like, girl, what?
She really, like, to me, and I'm not saying she's a bad person. I don't know that lady. But I feel like I do feel like she has no substance. Like she do feel like, or she seemed like a beautiful woman who's just used to being beautiful. And she just it seemed like she has no oomph about her. So I was like, child, boring.
Because that first season, I know she was like, girl, stop calling me. Because I was like, say what now?
Because that's what we saw. Because I don't know if you know this. I am a humongous fan of...
We know.
Basketball Wives.
Oh, yeah, we was cracking.
Like, no, Malaysia. Like, before Love and Hip Hop, like VH1, it was all about Basketball Wives, right?
It was
so
dope.
Obviously, Love Miami installment. LA came. I'm watching it. First episode, you wore a burgundy blazer, a hat, cream pants, a white tank top, and you... Then you had boxing gloves, and then you were a wrestler, and then you were a kickboxer, and then you're part of MMA, and then all of a sudden, I'm like this pretty soft-spoken, gorgeous woman.
The worst day of my life.
I think my signal's being slow, Lord.
Was that the first scene of the day?
It was not the first. Do you know that they have been filming for 4 months? Like, don't quote me on it, but they have been filming for months before we got to that.
What?
Yes,
that was the first episode.
Yeah, they cut all that crap and started from me doing that.
Because the fight really set off the season. So even if they had been filming for months prior, that stuff didn't matter at that point. Because the fight really did start off the whole show.
Them ladies were filming. They had baby showers and whatnot. Like, child. I was like... And Laura was my friend. I was so mad at her because the night before, we had filmed before, and we were getting along. She had just had babies. I had just had my twins. So we were talking about that. And then, like, I don't know, she went in the back and came back and came at me. And I was like, wait, hold on. But remember, I was the only product of Shawnee. The other ladies came from somewhere else.
What else? They all probably came from Shawnee or production.
So I feel like me and Jackie, I think Jackie was a product of Shawnee because it was like split in two.
Girl, not a product of Shawnee. I am a product of Shawnee O'Neal. Bitch, not I, said the cat.
And that lady came out and said, I knew you was a hood rat. And I was like...
Now, let's make something quick, because I remember that episode. She said that because Malaysia told her real name. Because she said, oh, what, that's not your real name? It's like, no. Her real name was like a quote-unquote ghetto type of name or whatever. And was it Laura? Yeah, Laura did say, I knew you was a hood rat because of her name.
clutching my pearls. Like, girl, I have never had a train ran on me in my life.
I said, now what? A train? What does, first of all, hood rat and having a train ran is two different things.
Wait. Wait a second. Just so I'm clear, because I'm learning a lot about the streets, okay? The streets of Detroit is very different than the streets of Compton. So, a hood rat, does that intimate that you a hoe?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, that's, don't think. Because, come on, LaQuisha, to say, I thought she was calling me a hoe and saying I had, who says that? Who says because somebody called me a hood rat, that means they said I'm a hoe and I've had trains ran on me? I was like, you really is dumb. You pretty, but you dumb. Because that's not what that means, ma'am.
So meaning a train, multiple guys just ran up on you.
Yeah, where you just going around just loose, like just humping the street. Choo-choo. Like, you know.
Conductors, everything.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
She didn't call you a slut or a whore. Now, if she said a whore, you're a whore. Maybe say, I'm not that. But hood rat doesn't mean trains.
Oh, no, honey, that's not me. You're not going to put that off on me. I'm like, and my slick ass mouth, I don't think when I'm mad. So I'm like, oh, girl, I'm not the one to sleep with married men. Like, and it was over. It was over from that point. So, yeah.
No, and you got up.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that part.
Oh, baby, the Malaysia part gonna highlight reel is you are.
I cringe every time I see it. I be like, ah! But, like, thank God they cut a lot of the shit because...
There was more?
Oh, my God, there was more. I like, thank you, VH1. I appreciate you. There was more. Yeah, you wouldn't be hiring me. The shit. Yeah. Just say that every time my executive producer see me, every time Sean Rankin see me, he go like this.
Did you?
I ain't gonna tell you, but just know that
the wrist.
He showed me his sore, his cut.
Oh, when you got the okay.
Did she cut somebody? Did Malaysia cut somebody? I didn't hear that part. Child, if Malaysia cut somebody and they were acting like, oh my God, OG is a crazy person, and Malaysia cut somebody, they some hypocrites. Okay, now she also discussed, y'all, she had a conversation about her husband and how he raised her, and with this whole Monique daddy son raising thing, I wish folks would stop saying this.
When did things start to change for you when you were married to him?
I think when I started realizing that, like, some of the things that he's doing to me is not acceptable. I mean, you have to realize that I was very young. I was 18, when we got together. And when I started growing into the woman of my own after having kids and realizing that, hey, wait a minute, this is not acceptable behavior. Like, your husband is not supposed to go to the club and tell you that the fire marshals locked him in the club and that's why he didn't come home last night. I mean, they normally put your ass out.
So they both stupid? Maybe they both a little simple.
Like, you stay in there. Or like you parked on the side of the road and you fell asleep in the car. Normally the police will pull you over and take your ass to jail. Like, so when you start realizing that, well, wait, he playing with my intelligence. But you want to keep the peace. Like, I would hear my elder women telling me, like, pick your battles. And so I started saying, like, okay, well, these battles is weighing me down. So I think things started to change when I started realizing that some of this stuff is not acceptable. And then when we started having, like, a little power struggle, but not on my behalf. With me, like, accepting to be on Basketball Wives was basically so that I can bring the dessert. Like I told him before, basketball is not promised. It's not forever. And I just want us to, like, stack our papers so that we can live like this forever.
Mm-hmm. Now, at least she was smart. At least she knew you can't play forever. So the money you're making, it ain't going to last forever. We need a plan B. If I go on a show, okay, it's a whole different audience. it's an extra check. You know, now that was smart.
And so me coming on Basketball Wives will give us extra money, and it will also give us a different brand energy where, like, maybe you'll get different deals, you'll get a different kind of deal because it will make you a household name.
Now, the only reason I feel like how you know is because back then, nobody knew the show would be what it was. At least she had the foresight to think that. But we never even seen her husband on the show. A part of me feel like when she got on the show, I felt like they were already going through a divorce or something because he was never around. I don't believe we ever seen him at all.
And he started looking at it more of like, why do you have 15,000 followers? Who are you? I'm like, the bitch you married. They see what you seen. You just don't see it no more because I had fucking babies pop out of my ass. But like, you know, he started feeling more like, I feel like, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I feel like he started feeling like he had to like compete with me.
Oh yeah.
And I became a household name.
Sure, not at first.
And I remember us having a conversation in the kitchen, and he was like, why do you have a million followers? Like, why do they like you? And I was like, I mean, because I'm on a team of 5 and they see me on their TV every Monday or Sunday or night. You're on a team of 15 and you're running fast. Damn, know your ass. Stupid.
Well, because he was never on the show. Like, I just feel like she's not saying when I got on the show, he was never on the show. Like, we know Doug Christie because Jackie showed her husband. You know, so we knew who he was. I feel like even Brandy Maxfield, we saw her husband sometime. You know what I'm saying? When you see people, I thought that kept happening because I'm like, what? Even on my end, it kept knocking. I don't know what's going on. If YouTube knock y'all out, come on back in. Okay? Come on back in. But Malaysia around here to me drawing new narratives. I look like, ma'am, you never showed your husband on the show.
So give me some grace. I'm still your wife. I'm gonna sit here and be quiet, you know? But like, he wanted his child because he basically raised me. And
I said, well, here we go. I need people to stop saying the person you married raised you. You can say we grew up together. We grew up in life. We grew up and we grew out. You know what I'm saying? But saying someone raised you, it sounds creepy.
so when I started growing, it was like, girl, slick mouth, what you talking about?
Is there a big age difference?
A couple years. Yeah.
I was just having this conversation because there's this clip that goes viral of a couple of women saying, my husband taught me how to be a woman. And there's been a lot of backlash about that. When you said that your ex kind of raised you, do you mean in the sense of teaching you how to be a wife, how to be a woman, or just like...
No. I feel like no. He can never teach me how to be a woman.
What if you can... And the thing I feel like is people be talking and not listening to themselves. Because you said he raised you. And when you said somebody raised you, it means just that they raised me. Now to say I married somebody and we grew up together, we grew together, we grew out, that I get. If Monique would have said, me and my husband, we grew together. He helped me grow. You know, he helped me expand my mindset as an adult. I would get that. But he raised me. No, ma'am. No.
He's not a fucking woman. You know, and he couldn't teach me how to be a wife. Like, those are things that my mom and my grandmother taught me, and some of the other wives in the room, you know, because it's a difference between, like, you know, a regular wife that has, like, a husband that has a 9-to-5 and, like, having a husband that's on the road.
What's the difference? I mean, your husband ain't there all the time. Okay.
Like, I learned from, you know, Larsa's
divorce
and the Kim Davidsons and the Anita Scotts
divorce
on, you know, what to do. How to, like, pack a bag, how to, like, when they having a bad game, stay out of the way. Just little things like that, you know, you kind of pick up along the way. And
that goes for any. If your husband has a bad day at work, Your husband has a bad day at work. It does not matter if they play basketball, if they fix tires, if they flipping fries. If somebody has a bad day, you're supposed to help them out in one way or the other.
Just how to pray over your husband when he sleeps, at his feet, his hands, and all that.
So people should not pray over their husbands unless they play basketball.
Those things. So, like, we have our own little community that we, will talk and stuff like that to each other. So that's not that. What I mean is, like, just teaching me, like, what he wanted in a woman,
Oh, teach what he want in women. Okay. So again, Malaysia, that didn't work, Mama. Because I feel like let's hear what she said about her ex once, how they are now. Because, he helped raise me, and now, how to be the woman he wanted. Now, she also said that she also helped grow him into the man that she wanted too. But I'm like, it didn't work.
What's your relationship like now with your ex-husband?
What relationship? What ex-husband?
The one that knocked you up and you married, and your name is Malaysia Prago because his name is the Prago Man.
No, ex-husband? No, for real. We don't have a relationship at all.
Y'all don't talk?
We do not talk. If it's about the kids, we will, we'll talk about the kids, but nothing more, nothing less. Sad. And we went from my best friend to, like, not speaking at all, not having no conversations at all.
And I'm like, and I'm not blaming her. What I'm saying is, her ex-husband is a piece of shit. Like, I don't understand, because I think their younger kids are still like teenagers. I'm like, how y'all don't know? Like, not at all.
Like, and it's better that way.
Is this by your design or his?
I mean, my design was, I was pulling. I literally, like, when I say, I lay down on the ground and said, walk over me so you can have a relationship with your kids. Like, I would be like, hey, you ain't called your kids. You ain't talked to your kids. He was like, I don't want to talk to you. So I was like, okay, no problem. I went out and got 3 cell phones. My older son has had a cell phone since he was 8 years old. Because I'm like, call your kids. Like, I got iPads for the kids, for the twins. They were 5. I'm like, you can call them on the iPad. Here's the numbers. Like, so they've been having cell phones for a very long time, just so that he can communicate with them outside of me. I would, like, leave my house so he can spend a night with them.
Girl, not I.
And, like, I would everything, like anything possible to make the relationship stretch. I would call him and be like, hey, Gennaro got an A today. Hey, Gennaro got a headache. He ain't going to school, even though he don't live in a house. I would keep him abreast to everything that was going on. But I found out that he really just didn't give a fuck. So I'm like, well, why am I stretching myself to doing all of this to someone that, like, actually don't care?
And I feel like they would speak about that a little bit on the show, but I feel like even her, like, she needs to acknowledge and admit that she got on the show because he wasn't doing nothing. The same way that Emily B got on Love and Hip Hop to force Fabulous to, like, be in her life, like, to show him I can do this if you don't complain. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Malaysia got on this show because she was not happy at home with that man. Like, he was already being an asshole to her. He was already being an absentee father, even within the marriage. And then once they separated, divorced, and weren't together, he just stayed an absentee parent. And while I commend her for trying to push a connection between the kids and their father, I feel like because she bent so much, he got lazier and lazier because he felt like, well, I'm already not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm already not doing nothing. She's already doing everything for me. And if I need to just be gone, she will just cover for me. I think he got so comfortable that she did everything. And that's sad because she should have had to have done any of that. Like, to get phones for your 5-year-old twins to force their father to talk to them because he does not want to talk to you is crazy to me. However, I fully understand. Like, when my mom and my bio father, when my mom left my bio father, he was like, okay, well, since we ain't together, I ain't gotta be no daddy. And for a while, for a long time, honey, that was his notion. Now, again, back then, this is the early 80s. He was on drugs back then, so that was different. I wrong nonetheless, but you know what I'm saying, drug got to him to where he went and did whatever. But I feel like with Malaysia and her situation, he just was like a deadbeat father who allowed the mama to do everything. And the fact that it's still that way to this day, he ain't paid child support in years. I would have court, lawyer, judge me immediately, because I dare you, bitch. I dare you. I still don't like Malaysia. I still feel like something about her don't add up to me. I have no plan to watch the Bad and Bougie? I have no plan to watch the Bold and Bougie show at all. At all. Because it just don't seem good. You know, it don't seem right. Let's get into lastly, because for some reason my signal still being dumb. Monique and her son. So, first of all, I did not know that Monique had 4 children. And I was Googling earlier because I was like, Monique got kids? I didn't know she had kids. Let's see, Monique, kids. And when it showed that she had 4 kids, I said, I had no idea. None. Now, when you look up, I want to share my screen, because when I Googled it, and you Google Monique kid, now no picture comes up of nothing current. It's all like, you know, these are all old photos of Monique and the kids when they were younger. Because it's a set of twins and then the other boy. And I was like, oh, so mostly all the pictures are, you know, younger. And this is the only one I saw that seemed like it's from, you know, the kids are older. The 2 sons there. But I said, that's from Monique. But I said, that's weird. That's different. You just don't see many of her with all. Now, that's the one son who, you know, don't like her right now. They don't get along. So all the photos of her and him back then, back when she was, you know what I'm saying, the person doing the fucking skinny bitch thing. You know what I'm saying? That's that one. Now, I said, Monique, why you ain't say nothing? What's going on? Her oldest son put out a TikTok. And where's her son at? He put out a TikTok. Let's listen. Now, I also want to play. He was talking real low, so I hope y'all can hear it and whatnot. But, well, no. First, let me show y'all what she said. Because some folk was asking, why he? And I was like, I think she said something. So on Club Shay Shay,
You know,
she spoke about the son. And this is why he came and said something.
that drive. You understand that thing in you that says, I won't let nobody stop me. Now, my drive wasn't that I wanted to get my family out of poverty because I've always grown up in a middle-class environment. So it wasn't that we were dirt poor, we didn't have no whole lot, but I didn't look at it as we were in poverty.
Right.
For me, I just wanted the world to know me. And then once I had a son, right? I was very young when I had my first son. I didn't want him to have to go to a college because that was all that my parents could afford. I wanted him to be able to do whatever he wanted to do, and there was a sacrifice in that, right? Because when you're trying to go get it, you're missing this right here.
Oh, you miss a lot.
The nurturing, you miss all of that.
Yes.
So this nigga basically acknowledging I wasn't there. I was off somewhere, working, doing this or doing that, but I wasn't there.
So, all of that had to be dealt with. So now with this group, with my second set of children, I'm a different mother than I was then. So my whole thing is, even right now, we want to make sure that when we leave here, our babies are good.
Right.
And their babies are good. And if Tyler Perry not told that lie, we would be on our way to that. And I know people saying, why she keep going back to that? I'm going to keep going back to that shit, Shannon Sharp, till he takes accountability for it.
Now, this part right here I want to mention because she brings up how I'm going to keep going back to the Tyler Perry part, to Oprah, blah, blah, blah. A part of her interview with Shay Shay, she said how how Daddy's son told her that she's always using or playing victim to what her brother did to her and how she needs to get over it, get past it or whatever. Excuse me. And she said how once she went to therapy, the same thing her therapist had been saying to her is what Daddy's son said to her too. And a part of me felt like Monique saying I was, falling victim, I was using that and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but isn't she using the Tyler Perry Oprah thing in the same way? Like, did she exchange playing victim to the bad thing that her brother did to her with the bad thing that she felt like Oprah and Tyler did? Like, she keep bringing it up. But how can your husband tell you to stop using what happened to you in your past as a reason to be this kind of person, as a reason to be a victim, as a reason to keep using it as a crutch of, well, this happened to me. I feel like you can't have it both ways. If you want her to grow and learn and move past the pain of her past, why can't you also advise that when it comes to Tyler and Oprah? Because truth be told, sometimes sitting and waiting for an apology will drag you down because you won't get it. Tyler and Oprah will never address you, ever, in my opinion. So a part of me feel like, why would her husband, Daddy's son, advise her to not use what her brother did to her as a crutch, but is around here helping her use what she went through with Oprah and Tyler as a crutch? And to me, what she went through with the brother is worse. But that's just me.
You said your first son.
Yes.
That you're trying to get it. But it robbed you of a lot of things of a mother-son relationship. And so you made sure not to make the mistake this time around. What's your relationship like? Is he resentful of that?
It is horrible to hear someone say, I know I fucked up the first time with the first kid. And I won't do that with other kids, but I feel like you can try to fix what you fucked up. So I feel like even though she's acknowledging, yeah, I messed up with the first kid, the first time as a mom, but the second time around, I didn't.
We're still very much separated. Okay. And it's one of those things where you have to pray to the universe and say, let time do the healing. And that's it.
Right.
That's it. Let time do that healing. It may heal it in time, and it may not.
Right.
And that's something that we as parents have to say, listen,
Right.
I've done what I could do. I've taken accountability for it. Now it's up to you.
Right.
I've taken accountability for it. But has she? Saying, I know I fucked up is different than saying, I know I fucked up, let me fix it. Let me put in the work it takes to help you feel my sorrow and how bad and how much of a failure I was as a parent. And I feel like Monique likes to use the word I take accountability for things when she just admits, well, yeah, I did that. Yeah. But she never says, and this is how I fixed it. And this is how I went about rectifying what I did to my child. Even her saying, as a parent, you can, say what you let me whack. I don't want to paraphrase. Her saying, like, as a parent, basically we can only do so much, and I can say sorry, and then you have to come and you as a child have to come to me to fix it because I said sorry.
That time do the healing, and that's it.
Right.
That's it. Let time do that healing. It may heal it in time, and it may not.
Right.
And that's something that we as parents have to say. Listen,
Right.
I've done what I could do. I've taken accountability for it. Now it's up to you.
Right.
And now it's up to you. So as there's never the child's decision to be born. You know what I'm saying? So if you had me and then neglected me for years to say, well, I said sorry, now it's up to you. It's like, no, because sometimes saying sorry isn't as easy as just saying, sorry, you want to hang out? No. Sometimes it takes more than one sorry, and it's not you saying sorry. It's you putting in the work to make things better. And I say that as a 42-year-old woman whose birth father was a Monique. You know what I'm saying? He was someone who at first was around, then he wasn't for 20 odd years or whatever. And then once I was an adult and he came back around, for me, it wasn't as easy as, well, sorry. It's like, no, you have to put forth an effort because you are the parent. You are the parent who fucked up. So a part of fixing that, a part of the I'm sorry, is for you to put forth all the efforts to make me feel like you're trying. Because when you feel like the person is really trying, then you want to try too.
That's like when somebody's saying, Shannon, I want to apologize to you. Now it's up to you.
Whether or not to accept.
But once I give it to you, I've done my part.
See, and that's the bullshit. Once I've said sorry, that's all I have to do. It's like, that's not true.
Don't apologize like no punk. I'm just sorry for everything. That get your ass out of it. No, break it down. Let's go bit by bit so that way we know you understand the offense that you've done. Right. Now, I'm not saying because I've had to do that. Right. When I tell you I was so out of line and out of order when I first got with my husband, so out of order. And
this is the get you gotcha. Monique keeps talking about how out of order she was when she got with Daddy's son. But she makes it seem like, but I wasn't out of order with dealing with people in life. Most of the time, the same way you show up in life in your family is the same way you kind of show up in life at work. So why does she want us to believe that she wasn't difficult if she was difficult at home?
Out of line. And this has been my best friend since 10th grade. Since we were 14 years old. He came to the other weddings. Okay? What? It was like my brother. This man, he was like my brother.
He been out hustling you for a minute, Mo.
You know, he wasn't. That's why it's so beautiful. Because we were like, we had a place together. He would see my boyfriend. I see his girlfriend. You know, then
you didn't feel some type of way?
This was my brother. This was literally my brother. And then if it wasn't my boyfriend, it might be another little fella. Yeah. But, you know, he was like my brother. We were brother and sister.
Right.
So the way it happened.
Yes.
It was so pure.
I said, how do you go from saying, that's like my brother, to that's my daddy? Child, not today, not ever. So that is what made the son comment. Because I saw folks saying, why the son come out? He always coming out and saying stuff. Why he bring it to the internet? Because she went on Shannon Sharp and in front of all those people say it how with the son, we are separated or whatever. I said my sorries and I on him. So you made it seem as if, well, we not cool because he don't really want to put worth the effort. Okay, now I done married my daddy's son brother, and he didn't help raise me, and we, I was really out of order in our relationship, but she wants us to feel like she was never out of order with random people. But this is what her son said in response. And y'all know we're going to be talking and watching.
I am Shalon. I am
Oh, can y'all hear that? Is it too low? Let me know if it's too low, y'all.
Stand-up comedian Monique's oldest son. I guess I felt the need to make this video to just provide some context into this false narrative about her praying to the universe and her to reconcile our relationship or whatever the hell it is.
Because her saying, I'm afraid to, y'all, if it's too low, let me know and I'll go to the post and see if it's a bit louder. But Monique said, I'm praying to the gods that it gets better. She lying. And don't put God in this.
I wrote it all down so that way I don't go all over the place and get emotional or anything like that. So I'm going to talk like I'm reading a script, but it's just going to help me.
It's low. Okay, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Because hopefully it'll be louder. I thought I cut it all the way up, but I may have been tripping. Let me see. I had to go find one. Who was low on there? Y'all, hold on. Take a little minute and like the video. And we are back. I had to fully re-download it and everything to try to get it loud, because even on the internet, on the other sites, it was still low. Okay. Now, hopefully this is better.
Hi. I am Shalon. I am a stand-up comedian, Monique's oldest son.
And that's at like 250%. He was talking real low.
I guess I felt the need to make this video to just provide some context into this false narrative about her praying to the universe. I know to reconcile our relationship or whatever the hell it is. I wrote it all down so that way I don't go all over the place and get emotional or anything like that. So I'm gonna talk like I'm reading a script, but it's just gonna help me kind of stay together. To address the Club Shay Shay interview that she did, where she states that she prays to the universe in regards to reconciling our relationship, as I stated, is odd. My mother and I both know that that is a very false narrative, and I would like to free her of having to continue telling that lie. Faith without work is dead, and neither one of us cares to put forth any effort to reconcile with the other. We are separate, as she put it, because she doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son. Neither one of us has had the desire to reach out to the other in a very long time, and I don't think that either of us anticipates that feeling ever returning. Speaking with my mother directly, in my experience, will either lead to some odd newfound moment of clarity in regards to how she was as my mother, or she retreats back to daddy to move forward with a conversation. And
child not retreats back to daddy. It's kind of ironic how he still speaks with a form of respect for Monique, but also how he doesn't like, he recognizes how her main thing in life now is daddy's son. Like, I think that's her main love. Like, even the fact that he's like, it's still mom. That's still mom, but she's still around there running back to daddy because that's who she kind of lives for now. And that's the weird thing about how Monique doesn't see everybody, even her own son, finds that weird.
And I'm tired of hearing my mother's truths. Newsflash, I'm not sure if people know, but standing in your truth doesn't make you noble.
Because Monique child, why is my signal so stupid? Oh my God. Yeah, they're both comedians, because he also said he was a comedian as well. But even him said how, because she loves saying that she stands in her truth. See, it has knocked me out again. Y'all, I don't know what is going on with YouTube or my signal, because I can see that it's knocking people out, like, and then taking them back to the beginning of my live. And then my signal, for some dumb reason, is only at a 1. And I don't know if it's because of how long this video is and how much bandwidth it takes, but hopefully it clears up in a second or two. That's why I popped off screen. But even him admitting or saying how, Monique, in my opinion, does try to be like, oh, I'm this noble person and no one can, hold my truth against me. I'm always trying to be, honest in what I go through. It's like, yeah, if you've done these things that other people feel like you've also wronged them, but you want to be noble and holding other folks' feet to the fire, well, maybe somebody gonna hold your feet to the fire.
I'm not sure if people are aware of that, but responding this way, I feel as though it allows me to say my piece uninterrupted. To those wondering, well, why?
I really do. I promise y'all, I just called Comcast yesterday and had them fix stuff, and it's still being done. I don't want Paula. I don't want Claudia's signal.
I say something now. Call it a form of therapy for me, I suppose. But when her daddy had intentionally stated that they have 3 sons, but his wife is on the internet talking about the 4th son in a video that has millions of views, that rubbed me the wrong way. But anyway, to inform a child that you are not interested in being a mother at a time when that kid is the only kid that has the potential to lead a child to believe that you are not interested in them specifically.
And that's the sad part, because he's like, But Monique admitting that, at some point in her mothering, she just wasn't a mother. She was out here doing whatever. So even him saying, like, to make your only child feel like you don't want to be a mother to them, it makes them feel like it's about them. And he was the only child for a while. So, Monique still, like, to me, doesn't respond to that accusation.
But to take it a step further, my mother had also admitted to me that she didn't do the best job that she could do, which would also make one begin to question, all of your past decisions and prior emotional interactions. But to be completely honest and fair, those were things that I was willing to get over. Nobody's perfect, we're all human, but my mother showed a clear lack of humility, compassion, and consideration when taking any level of accountability for those things. My mother does a fantastic job of acknowledging a lot of things, but she doesn't take accountability very well.
And that's a fact, y'all. I swear, when people make it seem like, I'm probably on screen, hopefully it doesn't go crazy. When people make it seem like, well, Monique is always honest. She ain't never lied. She said what she said and she did. It's like, no, admitting doing things badly is not the same thing as trying to admit to what you did and rectify it. And it's like she's done that thing in her life as a mom to this kid, her oldest kid. And I get she was young, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like I was a very blessed person because, like, I don't have these mommy issues. So I don't understand bad mothers because I have such a great mom. And not that my mom is perfect. Well, my mom is perfect. You're saying, but like, saying someone was young, so I was young and I had my kids, cool. My mama had me and my sister young too. She had my sister at 18 or 19 or whatever. I don't remember. Because my mom was only 60. No, my mom was only 60. I'm 42. You know what I'm saying? So my mom also had kids young. She had me and my sister young while being married to my bio father. However, that is not a reason to be a bad parent. And a part of me feel like she says things as if the kid, I wasn't a good mom. I've told him sorry, now it's up to him to forgive me. It's like, it's not that easy. And she likes admitting what she did, but not telling us how she tried to rectify it.
Anything that she may take true accountability for, it's only at her convenience, in my experience. But if I had to guess, though, her interest in being a mother probably started around the time that she married her daddy and had his children.
Ooh, did y'all hear that? Let's rewind.
Of acknowledging a lot of things, but she doesn't take accountability very well, and anything that she may take true accountability for, it's only at her convenience, in my experience. But if I had to guess, though, her interest in being a mother probably started around the time that she married her daddy and had his children.
Her interest in being a mother started after she married her daddy and had his children. I said, wow. And I saw a comment earlier. I really don't think she was blackballed. I just think she doesn't know how to negotiate. So she decided to just sit out on the sidelines. I don't think the right word for it is blackballed. I do feel like a huge situation had happened. And it involves so many people in the same community of Black people in power. Tyler, Oprah, Lee Daniels. There was a lot of people in power that it happened around. And I do feel like because they felt like how she handled things was difficult for them, I do feel like people did not want to work with her. However, I feel like it was because of how she handled the situation. Not that she was wrong in not wanting to promote Precious without being paid. Never saying that she was wrong in not wanting to work for free. But I am saying the way she handled the situation is what got her blackballed. Not saying it was, I'm just saying things, and seeing how her son is explaining how she handled him back around that time shows Monique does what she wants to do when she wants to do it. And if people don't like it, then that's on those people. And she never feels like, well, let me hold myself responsible for it. I feel like she liked to say why. Well, Oprah and Tyler didn't say sorry. I said sorry to my son and he don't want to accept it. So he, whenever he, you know what I'm saying? I feel like even him saying she didn't really want to be a mother until she married her daddy and had his children, meaning she can give she gave a fuck less until it served her to do something for somebody else. And because people who have went through things and have been on the wrong end of bad decisions and feel like victims, that's who she talked to. Folks who feel like, well, I've been wrong too. And because I have been wronged too, I agree with you not letting up on folks who've wronged you.
But that interest, obviously seemed one-sided, and as it should have been. By that time, I'm in my late teens, so to some degree, the the neglect becomes easier to hide or validate, I guess you could say. There are now 2 baby boys in the house, that require attention.
Meaning, if my teenage son, who's 16, 17, 8, whatever, my older teenage son feels like, oh, mommy isn't really here for me, it's easy for that to be played off as, well, he's the older kid. The babies need me now. He's just being spoiled. However, if you've always neglected me, now it seems as if I'm just being the bothersome kid who wants attention.
But still, during that time, however, I still watched her enjoy the love and admiration of total strangers more than my own. To this very day, my mother has never expressed to me when, if ever, she became interested in me as her son. That did lead me down a path of questioning my self-worth and struggling to understand the value of a mother in a child's life. In the interview, she also states that she gave me an apology, but an apology to a son from a mother that consciously showed no interest in him holds no weight. There are still women to this day that my mother will give credit to for being more of a mother to me than she ever could. Her assistant, my cousin, being one of them. Every time, though, that my mother would state that she was right here whenever I was ready, that ideology still blows my mind today, that a person could openly admit to being an uninterested, not put my best foot forward type of parent and be so self-centered that they still express to the kid, you have to come to me when you're ready. You got to come to me for us to make this right.
Which is bullshit to me. It will always be B of the S. Because even if your child is an adult, you were the adult first. You were the adult first. And if you were the one who messed up the bond and the friendship, the parentship, the connectionship between child and parent, you should be the one reaching out. You should never be the one to say, well, I said sorry. So whenever you want to come talk to me, whenever you want to reach out, why am I being the one having to reach out? Why aren't you reaching out to me? If you keep reaching out to me and I keep answering the call or opening the door for your visit, that's me returning the energy. Now, if you keep calling me or trying to see me and I keep saying, well, not today, not today, not today. If I keep putting you off, then say, you know what? Whenever you're ready, because you keep ignoring me, I'm saying, but I feel like if you're not reaching out, then you ain't doing your part.
Okay. But I'm not sure what my mother could possibly think that she has shown me in the past or have for me now that's not money. Goodness.
Again, that's not money. He says, I don't know what my mom thinks she's done for me to show something that isn't money. And Monique said earlier how she worked to make sure that financially the kid would have whatever. But I think people have to get, some kids don't want gifts, they want time and connection.
Gracious, that would.
I mean, we want some money too, but we want to feel like you're not buying our love and affection.
Make me want to come to her or whatever those feelings are supposed to be. A mother is supposed to be the first woman that a boy falls in love with.
Not fall in love with, but I do feel like your parent should be the first person that lets you know that you're loved. I do feel like, your parent should be your first example of love. Even if even if your parents aren't married or whatever, that should be an example of what it means for someone to care for you, and you then see, well, okay, I love the love my parents had for each other. I can't wait till I have that. Or my parents love me so much that I can't wait to have that love. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like should go on.
I loved my mother very much, but my mother loved things more than she loved me, and she would validate her love for me by giving me things and would proceed to call me ungrateful or inconsiderate if said things did not have the desired effect. I couldn't imagine what it's like to be her, though, to ask God for what you want, and then he gives you what you need, though, only for you to ignore it and have the audacity to ask God for something else. And I'm glad I don't, I'm glad I didn't do that. And when he told you no, you went to the universe instead. By no means, though, do I want to give off any type of an impression that I am a victim of anything. It's not the case. As you can see, I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm alive. I'm happy. I'm a dad. I'm healthy, I think. I drink a lot of water. I'm getting over a cold now. I still have my days just like everybody else. And, there were a few things that she did teach me along the way. I did learn how not to love from
I learned from my mother how not to love.
my mother. I also learned to make sure that I never lose so much of who I am that I have to validate it through another person.
Y'all catch that? Because to me, that means Monique finds validation in her marriage to Daddy's son. Monique found her worth in getting a man. She's found who she thinks she is because she's now that man's wife. And that's why I always say, beware of people who make you feel like you have to have another person in order for you to be a validated, valued human being. Don't let anyone make you feel like that if you don't have a husband or a wife or a spouse or whatever, that you mean nothing. Don't ever make a man or woman feel like they came into your life and then now you're whole. Because him saying, having to find value in yourself through somebody else is insane. And if you listen to Monique talk a lot, it is about what Daddy's son has helped learn her, teach her, and blah, blah, bloop. You also notice he talks a lot for her. But we'll get into that in 1 second.
And though I feel as though, in hindsight, I think she did it reluctantly, I do appreciate my mother, for showing me what the top of the mountain looks like. You know what I'm saying? It did give me perspective on what hard work and dedication can get you, but I don't want something like that at the cost of giving up something that I created.
because she created him. She created him, and then she went, to try to, in her mind, provide so that he would never want anything. And she went down that path so tough that she lost her son. You know what I'm saying? And I think some people don't get that. When you think of people who say, I worked so hard to provide for my children, I didn't have any love to give them. And I'm like, well, God, that is crazy. I remember when I was younger, before I had to be preschool, kindergarten time, or between preschool to first grade. You know what I'm saying? I remember my mom, she had to work, and this is back in the 80s. Okay. And I remember watching my mom come home from work because she caught the bus back then. I had to be like 4, 5, 6, or 7, whatever. And I always remember watching my mom walk. It was a huge playground. We had a huge playground across the street from our house. And I could always see my mom walking across the big field coming home from work. And to me, it made me realize, we're not going to say now as an adult, I never remember a time where my mother wasn't working to provide. You know what I'm saying? With my dad, who was passed away. Not my birth father, my dad. I remember my dad, who would get up for work at 3, 4 in the morning, and he would come home from work, and I would hear his music blasting in the driveway. But I know how both my parents, who raised me and my siblings, how they both worked hard, but I never felt like they were so busy working that they had nothing left over to show me how to love. So when I hear kids or adults, adult children, who say how their parents did not love them, or parents who admit how I was working so much, I didn't have time, I'm like, well, then that wasn't the right thing to do at all. And I agree, Crystal. You can tell he saw someone to help him keep his emotions steady. Him writing out how he felt to not get run off course. Him knowing how to calmly express himself to not have anything conflated with anger or whatever. It's like, no, this is just how I feel. And him just expressing how he felt.
I don't want it that bad. And speaking of creations, I genuinely, truly, I really did want my mother to have a relationship with my daughter. I even fought through those intrusive thoughts that were, if she wasn't interested in you, what makes you think she's going to be interested in your kid? But it took my mother no time at all to prove that those intrusive thoughts were correct. But what I can say, good for her, the universe did, bless her with 3 other sons. And God willing, I'm sure that all 3 of them are adults now. So I'm sure that one of them, God willing, if not all 3 of them, will make her the grandmother that she wants to be. I still look forward, to that moment for her. But overall, when it comes to the boys, though, I am happy that whenever they do hear me talk, sorry, my phone did something weird, but whenever they hear me talk, they don't know what it is. They can't relate to what it is that I'm saying. My experience with my mother is not their experience.
And that's a thing that causes division between siblings, because how he feels about Monique, what he went through with her, that ain't what they felt. So to them, what he's saying doesn't make any sense. For what he expresses to them is like, that is not true. And it's the thing to where we experience the 2 different parents. The parent you got, the loving parent you got, that isn't who she was to me. And sometimes when your sibling don't acknowledge or can accept or rationalize that, it causes discourse between the siblings, because it feels like you're attacking my perfect parent. Mine was great to me. You're on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Even that happens when people feel like, for instance, when it's two parents, and a kid can feel like dad was great to me, mom. He was great to me, mom. And mom feel like dad was a piece of shit husband to me. So you may not get why I don't like your father, because we experience two different people. The same thing happens with kids who experience their parents in different ways.
With our mother. So my prayer for her and them is that they continue to see her the way that they see her now. I do also want to make sure that I say thank you to my mother for giving me life. Without that moment in time, I wouldn't have had my little one. But outside of that moment, there isn't anything that either of us has to offer the other. In my opinion, it's a waste of God's time and the universe's time for praying for something that you were not willing to put forth any effort to obtain. Putting the work into becoming Monique is more important to my mother than being my mother.
Putting the work into being Monique is more important to her than her being my mom, which to me means she been ranting and raving more about Oprah and Tyler and them than she have ranting and raving trying to fix her broken relationship with her son. She's been fussing and arguing about people defending her to Netflix while her son's like, bitch, what about me? What about me? And I agree, MP, how a lot of people try to be great grandparents. And then by being a great grandparent, you end up getting closer to your D.L. Hughley, who admitted to not being the best father when the kids were younger, but now he has a great bond with his children and his grandchildren because he had to put in the work to fix that. So the fact that Monique ain't did that shit, and she had the audacity to bring up D.L. Hughley's daughter's trauma, when your son has trauma from you. D.L. Hughley's daughter's trauma is from other people. Your son's trauma is from you.
And I do not believe that it was never about her being there and waiting for me, but it was supposed to be about me being there and waiting for her. My mother's value had reached such a low point in my life that I no longer found it necessary to either want to wait for her or even go to her. But like I said, man, I'm super grateful that she has the opportunity to do it all over again. I'm happy for her. I hope the Cat Williams tour goes well, but the narrative that she prays for us to reconcile is a false narrative. It's not real, and I'd appreciate it if she stopped saying stuff like that.
Meaning, keep my name out your mouth, mama. Keep it from around me immediately. So when he put that out and it went viral and it was, picked up here, there, and everywhere. Where's Monique and Daddy's son? Is this it? Yes. So y'all know what they do immediately. Every time anyone says anything, they jump on live. Okay, they jump on. His head is always bald and ready. Her hair always look great. Her skin is always flawless. You know what I'm saying? And here they come with the bullshit. Now, y'all be loving to say how much y'all love Monique and why y'all don't like her husband and blah 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 blah. So I just made sure I said I'm not gonna cut what the man said out. Okay, we're gonna this the end. This is 24 minutes, meaning we're gonna be here. We're gonna be about 30 more minutes. God damn it! I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all tired. Y'all. I'm sorry it's so long, y'all. But I wanted y'all to fully hear Monique allowing Daddy's son to talk for her to her son, bring up any mental illness he may have, and hear him talk in fucking circles to understand why I always say the reason people don't like him is because he's fucking aggravating, okay? So I hope y'all have liked the video. I hope y'all you subscribe, all that stuff. Y'all, let's get into it.
Oh, let's rock and roll, baby. Let's rock and roll. Mm-hmm. The title of our conversation, or the theme of it, is called The Long Way Around.
And a long damn conversation.
Ain't no shortcuts. Pickles, stop playing with that paper, please. The reason we're having it is a multitude of reasons, but we're going to start off with, there was a Instagram that was put up, I guess.
It was TikTok, baby.
TikTok that was put up by
my son. My oldest son, Shalon. And this is what I want to say to this. There's some people that are saying, oh, you should be ashamed of your mothering skills. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is what I'll say. Let's let it play out. Because
Not play out. It already did.
the same ones that said to me I was crazy, I was deranged, we watched it play out. So just like with my son, we'll watch this play out. And I do want to address this though, Shalon. When you say her daddy, then that's when mommy gonna say stop playing, because you know this has been Uncle Sid your whole life.
But you call him daddy. Say he raised you. He's just calling him what you called him. And if you and your son don't have a relationship, he would not call that person daddy. Okay? And if you marry somebody who your son saw as Uncle so-and-so, that's fine. But you call him daddy. You want us to call him daddy.
Uncle Sid knew you before you knew you. So for you to say her 3 sons, yes, you're absolutely right. He has 3 sons. He can't claim you as his son because he's always been Uncle Sid, and he knows your daddy very well.
That don't mean shit. If you marry my mother, but you say, well, I can't be your father because you've known me as uncle, how can you not still want to be a father figure to me? How can you not still want to claim me as one of your children if you've been with my mom since I was a kid? That is insane to me. Any woman who will be with a man who does not want to acknowledge her firstborn son as a son of his too is delusional to me. Because in my family, we don't have step nothing. Nothing. Well, my mom, that's why I have to always clarify my dad versus my bio father. Because when I say my dad, technically, it's my stepfather. I've never called him my stepfather. That's my dad. Okay? My brother is my brother. He's not my stepbrother. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like to say, well, he can't call you his son because when you were growing up, he was like an uncle. That's the stupidest shit ever. Because once you made a choice to make him your husband, he is now your son's at least stepfather. He's supposed to want to be a father figure to all of your kids. And when you talking about, I have not, even when my mom and my dad were dating, I don't ever recall hearing him say, you know, these are my girlfriends. I don't ever recall hearing that. Like once we met my dad's family, those are Stacey's kids. You know what I'm saying? Those were my aunts, you know, uncles, cousins. We were raised that way because when you make a family, it's a family. Period. And anybody who doesn't want that person being a father figure, you're already creating a boundary and a line and distance from the gate. And if in the house, that's the mama and he the daddy, but he can't acknowledge me as his son, as his stepson, he has to, I'm his nephew? Bitch, what? I was not raised that way at all. Even my brother, who was technically my stepbrother, who was married, his wife, that ain't my sister-in-law, that's my sister. That's my sister. So when people like Monique is saying, well, you know he wasn't your daddy because he know your daddy, you know, he your uncle. No, bitch, that was the stepfather. At the least. And step parents grow into parents. In my family, my mom and my bio father were married. They got divorced. I don't recall my mom dating anybody else. And then she met my dad, and then they were together till he passed, until he died. And it's just stupid that she's making it seem like her son is insane for wanting to be acknowledged by her husband as his son too.
And love that brother. And the irony of all of this is not what is said, but what's left off.
Yes.
See, you're leaving off the fact that the last time we laid eyes on you, your mother got you everything you needed for the newborn baby.
And what did he say? What else has she done for me outside of monetary things to show me she wants to be there for me? When people use, well, I bought you this, I bought you that. You know, you had a kid, I bought you stuff for your child, bitch. But what have you done that's not money-wise to show a relationship?
3 years ago. You're forgetting about how I, from Georgia, am talking you through getting your car after we gave you the half of the down payment for it. And you were 31 years of age, 32 years of age at that point. And I'm negotiating the deal with the dealer.
Are you the same one that negotiated? First of all, you're not even good at negotiations. But again, bringing up, well, I helped you get a car. I helped negotiate you to get a car. Oh, okay. Thank you. Again, when people bring up things they do for you versus saying we put in time to hang out with you, we came and visited you, you came and visited us, we sat and had conversations, we went and seen a counselor to get through A, B, C, D, E, F, and G issues. But you bring up 3 years ago, you know, we got you stuff because you had a baby. Well, ain't that your first grandchild? Oh, okay. Oh, you helped talk me through getting a car and gave me, you know, half the down payment. Oh, okay. Thank you. But again, as he said, what have y'all done that wasn't money-wise to build any kind of bond?
For you, as you sit there, and you have the vehicle you're driving right now because of your mother. These are the things that you're leaving out when you're expressing.
No. He said outside. This is also why I say Monique and Daddy's son be saying things to gaslight people to make them think, oh, he's using Monique for money, but wants to be upset with Monique. Oh, he's a bad person. Oh, he lying, y'all. No, if y'all listened to what he said versus listening to respond in defense of yourselves, y'all wouldn't sound stupid.
What you're expressing in reference to your mother. You're not expressing the relationship that you have with your father where you spoke ill to him, not to mention spoke ill to your mother, but somehow your mother and father and I all have a loving relationship. And
that speaks volumes. To then bring up, you be fussing with your daddy. You can't get along with your daddy. But I'm cool with your daddy. Your mama cool with your daddy. Why ain't nobody cool with you? Maybe because all the adults in his life when he was a kid made him feel unwanted. The fact that Daddy's son was Monique's good old friend when she was married to that first and second husband, he was already in the bullshit. But again, let's gaslight the world into feeling like Monique's son is lying. He's not being truthful. Because if me and Monique is cool with his daddy, why is he the only one with an issue? Bullshit.
Communicate back and forth because of the love that we have for you. The one thing these individuals, and to the individuals out here that oftentimes speak after they've heard one side of the story, there's an old saying, believe half of what you see and none of what it is that you hear.
And that's why we can't believe y'all. I didn't even talk when I first heard the son speak out. I waited until I heard both sides. Because I knew Monique and Daddy's son would come up and say something. But them trying to even now say, y'all can't believe him, wait to hear our side. Okay? Because he's not being honest.
Please don't take our word for it, but what we will convey is this. Those who are parents and have raised their parents up to being adults.
The children. Raise their children up to being adults.
Right on. Those who are parents that raise their children into adulthood.
Yo, what? First of all, and also let's bring this up. The fact that he's doing all the... Monique's son made a video directed directly to her because she spoke directly on him. And the fact that he's doing all the talking and she letting him come at her son on social media is crazy to me. Meaning Monique don't know who she is until she's with this man. Like the son said, she's lost herself into who she is with him. And now he up here talking. And for him to say, when a parent raises their child up to adulthood, Monique and the son already admitted Monique was not a parent. She didn't raise him. She wasn't a good parent. So that doesn't matter with this son.
Know that there comes a time and a place in which they determine their own decisions, their own path. You can have multiple children that are raised in one house, but they act and they take on different things.
Because my mama married her daddy, who refused to be my stepfather, instead wanted to be my uncle, while my mama still was not a mama to me. That's why I'm the eyeball out.
The reason why it was so important for us to entertain these conversations that we typically have privately, or that we're influenced to have privately.
No, your wife went on Club Shay Shay and spoke on, because I went and I listened to the whole video, and she spoke on the son. He responded to what she said publicly. She publicly talked about him. He publicly responded. Y'all didn't need to say shit, technically.
Amongst the people in our community is because we need to stop being embarrassed about being human beings and about being black human beings. You will oftentimes hear us saying we are embarrassing ourselves in front of them. Who is them?
Who are they?
Because when you hear someone articulate these things, that is the slave's mentality. It makes us believe that we as black people need to conduct ourselves with dignity because white people are watching.
We should conduct ourselves with dignity because people are watching. Fuck the fact it was white people. However, let's not act like when white people watching, we don't want to come off as the crazy ghetto black people that they think that we are. Period. People don't want to act up around people.
You should conduct yourself with dignity because the spirit of you is watching. But we need to have these conversations out loud and taboo because we have a finite period of time together here on this earth. You will travel through infinity.
Put your finger down. Put your hand down.
With the spirit that you have all alone, and you will not remember the ridicule that you receive, but you will be judging yourself. You will be determining for the rest of your life which way that you go as you have.
Now, I told y'all I played this in full because he gonna be talking a lot of bullshit in circles. This is why people who work for, this is why people who was working with Monique back in the day was saying they did not want to deal with Sydney. So this is an example of when you are in a business meeting and someone just keeps talking and ain't making no sense. So when this is your representation, people don't want to work with you.
Thus far. So this conversation is about speaking directly to what situations are. And many people oftentimes, when they are presented with an issue, they stay quiet, they hide, they disappear. And what we're saying is that's not who we are, because what you cannot do is you cannot trick an honest person.
Come on.
Sir, you trying to trick us. You trying to say all the words and we not being tricked.
You can demean, you can say whatever you want to say about them negatively, but what will happen is truth has a way of standing the test of time.
And that's why all this time, people still feel like the reason U.S. is not where you're supposed to be is because your representation is a bad representation of you.
I forgot to have my phone to read the last text message that I gave to you, Shalon, where I told you about the understanding of how you are speaking to a woman and how you as a man and how you perceive things may be completely different from how your wife, how your mother, how your sister, how your daughter will look at things. And when you learn how to communicate a little bit better, then things will happen a little bit better.
Now, the way he communicated to us seemed fine. And we've heard Monique cuss people out. We've heard Monique tell people to suck her suck whatever they don't suck. We've seen how Monique reacts to people in disagreement and stressful times. So I can imagine her son may cuss her out a little bit too. But sir, he seemed to have expressed himself just fine, telling us how he felt. But y'all are trying to negate his feelings in order to gain support from people who who feel like y'all on bullshit, who feel like, oh, her son is hurt. And so now let's gaslight those people feeling like, will he really be mean-spirited and fussing with his mama? His mama told her she didn't raise him right. And he's upset. Well, things gonna get heated.
You young man because of the challenges that this young brother has had with mental illness. So
again, the phone had cut out a little bit, but even now him bringing up that her son in some way deals with mental illness, sir, that's not your business to tell.
So we're communicating that out loud to speak to our community to say, listen, y'all, if we have more public conversations, there will be less private angst.
Come on.
There will be less private issues that we carry on because we're afraid to communicate in front of white folks.
So
her son saying how he felt had nothing to do with white people. Okay? But this is Monique's manager. This is Monique's representation. This is who Monique wants her in all her meetings. And let me ask y'all this. If you work at Target, okay, and you have a staff meeting, can you bring your husband into the staff meeting? No. Sometimes spouses are left out of work issues.
when we get to a place where you want to be free, you'll stop being scared to say what's real. You'll stop being fearful of having conversations that normally take place in private and nobody ever really knows the outcome. And from there, when you were saying earlier about how we're looking in front of white folks. When I do hear our brother Greg Mathis say, the studio...
Now, what does Greg Mathis have to do with what your son said? When Greg Mathis, not Greg Mathis is calling people crackheads, I get that. But Greg Mathis saying, can all the comedians stop fussing and arguing? You know, people watching y'all. Now you want to go to Greg Mathis.
I was watching y'all and the executives are watching y'all. So what?
If the executives are watching closely, the individuals that would want to interact with us are those who are engaged and are in alignment with what is true.
Come on.
See, the first question would not
What the fuck does that mean?
be, Stephen A. Smith, why did you video someone? Or you won't entertain Kevin Hart is the biggest star in the world. She said that. Not only did she say that, not only when she spoke about Oprah and Tyler, these are individuals that you failed
Oprah and Tyler.
to hear that she said she loves them. And when you love folks, you tell them what they need to know, not what they want to hear. We put certain individuals in such a status that we've disallowed them to be human beings. And on the note with taking the long way around and that there are no shortcuts. So you could take the shortcut and cross through Miss Evelyn's yard, but you know she got a pit bull.
What the fuck was Evelyn?
And he may or may not be in that yard. But you know for sure if you get in that yard and he is in that yard, you will definitely be chased. It is a bit safer to go around the long way because not only is it the right thing to do because you're not cutting through somebody's yard, their grass, trespassing on their property, but what happens is it may be a longer journey, but it's worth the trip. So
Did y'all raise the son or not? You didn't. You around here being on bullshit.
we're going to take the long way around, and we're not going to call out these individuals on platforms like this. We're going to call them up. Now, please don't confuse. When Monique is standing on stage, she has an artistic paintbrush.
Does she? When Monique is on stage, she has a therapy session. When Monique on stage, she's fussing and cussing about who pissed her off that day. Does she do it in an artistic way? I mean, not all the way, not really. But if you want us to believe it's artistic, whatever.
Designed to paint her life and make people laugh in a way in which a comedian is supposed to do. So her life experiences are fair game. They're fair game.
Fair game.
So when she says what she says on stage, please don't say it's the way that she said it. Because she's on stage. We're dealing with, when we're not on stage, what is being said. And again, to revisit Brother Stephen A., I'd like to point
Stephen A. Smith, okay.
something out too. When you sit there and you say, that a black woman looks bitter because she's telling her personal truth.
No, Monique looks bitter because, excuse me, she keeps talking about the same shit. First of all, y'all, happy Valentine's Day. Because it's after midnight here, so it's technically Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to y'all.
When you sit there and you speak in reference to the individuals that she spoke about, you're not, because you wanted to distinguish yourself from Shannon Sharpe as being a journalist, but you said you don't know what's happening, you don't know what's going on, and you don't care to know. That right there is you.
God damn it, shut up. Happy 3 hours. Happy birthday to Montrese's mom, too. Okay.
You sacrificing your journalistic integrity because it is your job to know when you make assertions about certain individuals and not form an opinion, and you are supposed to ask the questions such as when she said what she said regarding Kevin Hart and David Becky as it relates to him reneging on what he promised, and you ask the question, well, is there a reason, Monique, that he would do that? Here's the question you should ask.
No. When someone says to you, hey, so-and-so said they were going to help me do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. This is after they've given me money because I needed money. And then they changed their mind. There is a reason why they changed it. There is.
Is what she said true? And if there was a reason why he would have done that, would there not have been a reason why he wouldn't have called her first to say, I've got to take that deal back? See, when we stay grounded in this thing called ethics, when we
now we're going to ethics.
Staying grounded in this thing called right.
Now he mad, y'all. The bald head is sweating.
It's going to carve through all of the nonsense that you were trying to communicate. And I can see, based upon watching you throughout the years, that you consider yourself an intellect. And please forgive me for speaking in this manner as it relates to Monique. As a black man, what happens is...
And the black trigger words, as a black man, as a black woman, the white people, slavery. Trigger words.
The black woman should sometimes not have to defend herself.
See, so he makes me want to drink. And the only reason I'm forcing y'all to sit through all, I could have cut out all the talking, but I was like, no. When people say, she's blackballed, they don't like her, she's fat and black. No, we love fat black Monique. We always have. However, I wanted y'all to see this is the person she be having in the meetings negotiating for her. Nobody feel like dealing with this shit. Okay, we all off topic. We didn't went from how the sun felt to Miss Evans Jar, Pitbull, Stephen A. Smith, Kevin Hart, Steve's mustache, Medea's wig, okay, somebody's girdle is all over the place. This is what Monique was sending into negotiations to be her representation. And she wondered why folks said she's a bit difficult, because this is who represents her.
Sometimes there's a level of defense that should be had on her behalf for we as black men, because Monique didn't step to you when you were calling Kyrie Irving out for being a man and making a decision as a man to...
So, Kyrie wait, let me get Nene.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See how I get wrong because you never...
Not Kyrie Irving.
Not get a shot and ridiculing him because his father raised a man. You should not have called out Kwame Brown in the way that...
Nene.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See how I get wrong because you never...
You did, calling him a bust, because you have forgotten that black man has a family. Any man that has had the length of time that he had to live the dream in the NBA is not a bust in my book. He's a hero. He's a hero.
Sir, why are you upset? What are you doing? None of this has anything to do with nothing.
So when you call Jason Whitlock a fat bastard, but you're...
Jason Whitlock.
Now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See how I get wrong because you never...
Because he keep bringing up, this was supposed to be about Monique's son. How he mad now about Kyrie Irving, fat Jason Whitlock, and whatever else.
Telling Monique, who referred to them as her brother and her sister, and she loves them, but you can call Jason Whitlock a fat bastard. My question to you, why are you allowed to speak your truth, but this black woman is not?
This black woman is not. This black woman is not.
Help me. Help me. I need the help. It is low hanging
Help me. Yes, help, please.
fruit to attack a black man. That was Cat Williams and Monique that did the interview. Why is it that you singled Monique out? Why is it? She was
I think nobody singled out Monique. Everybody talked about what she said.
polite.
Got me going in circles. Bum, 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 bum. Child all over the place.
You're not asking was she inaccurate when she spoke about Tiffany Haddish, though there's nothing but love. There's nothing but love. The irony is that our sister Tiffany Haddish went to GQ magazine to say, "I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers," for standing for Monique and standing with Monique.
Now, this is a get you gotcha. Did I save it? Because I meant to, because Tiffany Haddish was on the red carpet. And, I got it. Them bringing up Tiffany Haddish, it reminded me, okay, quickly, because it's late. She was talking to E.T. about it. And I want y'all to quickly hear what she said in response to Monique bringing her up on Cat Williams.
You know,
on Club Shay Shay.
Folks been opening their mouths and stuff been flying, and then we just heard Monique and she was speaking on you.
Speaking on you.
She said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers.
But she don't know your husband.
And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs. So what is happening in the comedy space right now? Why are folks just going at it?
I have no idea, but I am grateful and thankful that I am on the minds of people I look up to.
Meaning, what that means is, if you didn't get it, I got it, okay? I'm not thinking about Monique. I gave a statement when asked a question in an interview 5 years ago. I ain't thinking about Monique. And true, the way Monique said what was said, it wasn't even in the right context. But I showed the full context before. But again, Tiffany's point was, I'm not thinking about Monique, but I'm happy that I'm on the minds of people. Okay.
So you look up to her. So was it disappointing? I was gonna say, was it?
I used to.
Disappointing hearing her talk about it?
No, it felt like an auntie talking. You know how we do. You know how we do.
When your auntie talking shit, you don't be listening that much or whatever. You know, auntie says some shit. Whatever, auntie. Okay, that's fine.
I was like, oh dang, I've been on your mind. I didn't even know I was on your mind. So I'm grateful.
It has to be tough though when you do, like you say, you look up at her. She's been in the game for a long time. She's in the comedy space, and you think that there's like a mutual love and respect.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was a mutual love and respect because she's not my friend. So
I didn't know if it was a mutual love or respect because she's not my friend. People don't like Tiffany. This is why I do. I think not a lot of people follow her like on her regular things or whatever. This is the Tiffany who I like because she's like, we not friends. I didn't know there was. I don't know her.
Now you know,
shame the devil,
folks.
I get it. You know, I'm not close to her. We never had a conversation about it. So at the end of the day, I understand and I respect it. I do have respect for her, and that's it.
Again, I have respect for her, and that's it. Now, that was the key for the reporter to stop asking questions, but no, she kept going.
I can rap music where they do diss tracks. So do you hit back like in a set? Do you
look at Tiffany's like, bitch, what?
Do you just take the high road? Are you, because you're being very Michelle Obama today, which I love. Like, do you say something back? Do you do it like on stage or?
I'd rather not do anything behind anybody's back. I'd rather do it to your face.
To your face. Because again, I want to reiterate, in the interview that was in GQ, they were talking about Monique asking people to boycott Netflix. And her response was, no, I'm not going to do that. I know, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't dogging Monique. She didn't bring up Monique. Somebody asked her the question and she kind of answered, but it wasn't really dogging Monique. And again, it was back in 2018.
I come from the 1900s. We talk to your face. Yes,
I'm from 1982. I feel the same way.
If I got a problem with you, I'll tell you to your face.
Meaning, I never had an issue with Monique. I did not have a problem with Monique. If I did, she would know it. And that also means clearly Monique had an issue with me and never came and told me.
I love you, Tiffany.
I'm 100 with it. Everybody that I have a problem with, they know I have a problem with it. Not the whole world don't know it.
Right.
I get it. You know, it ain't the whole world business.
Right.
I got a problem with you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna show up to your spot. You gonna know.
Yes.
Meaning Monique had an issue with Tiffany since 2018 and never told Tiffany until Monique told the world.
I don't need to tell the whole wide world.
Well, maybe there can be a healing. You know, she talks a lot about healing and doing the work. So maybe there can be, don't you laugh at me. I'm being serious.
Everybody healing every day. We pray for that. Like I think that's what the power of laughter is about. You know, if you can't laugh about certain things, you'll never be able to heal from it. If this is her healing process, great. You know, I got my process. I'm over here healing too. And you healing and everybody watching.
We all trying.
Healing. It ain't the whole world.
We all healing. Okay, y'all, when I saw that earlier, I was like, I loved how Tiffany responded, because to me, the reporter wanted Tiffany to say something shady, something, well, forget Monique. You know what I'm saying? And Tiffany was like, I respect her. I don't know her. We're not friends. I'm happy I'm on someone's mind. You know, but if I had an issue with somebody, I would tell them. You would know. I would, and I feel like that was the best answers to the questions, because again, if you read the article that it came from, it wasn't a messy situation how Monique tries to make it out to be. It wasn't that. And her point was, I don't have an issue with Monique. She has an issue with me. But let's keep going back to the stuff. Let's go.
We were talking about pay inequality only for her to turn around and speak about the pay inequality. See, we will succumb to what it is that we support when what we support is wrong.
You know, if I may say this to you, Stephen A. Smith, what you said when you said I'm bitter and my light don't shine no more, what you said to black women without saying it was,
No. He wasn't talking to me. He was talking to you. Don't say when Stephen A. Smith said to me that my light wasn't shining more, what you said to black women. No, ma'am. Sometimes when people say, they're talking directly to you. And if your actions come off as bitter, and that's just their perception, I'm not saying that she don't have a right to respond and say how what he said made her feel. I get that. But don't take it to what you said to black women. No, he said it to you.
be quiet.
Be seen and not heard. And if you have a black woman in your life, and I believe I saw you in a picture with your beautiful queen, are you encouraging her through your message by what you said to Monique, that you are in support of her, voicing her concerns when being mistreated? Or are you encouraging her and other black women? I don't know if you have children, but if you have a daughter, because I've heard you speak with a great deal of reverence for your mother and for your sister. You should talk to them and ask them, have they been encouraged in this life to speak their truth or discouraged about speaking their truth?
It's the difference between speaking. Monique has been saying the same thing about the same situation for 11 years. No one is saying, Monique, shut up. We don't want to. We're saying we're saying you keep saying the same thing. You have the same issue with the same people. You sound bitter because it's been 10 years and clearly Monique and Tyler are not going to address you. Move on. It doesn't mean that they get a pass. It doesn't mean nothing, because everyone is aware of what you said happened between you, Tyler, Oprah, Lee. Everyone's aware. And the people who chose to stop dealing with them did. And the folks who continue to support them or work with them or work for them are doing that. The only person who was sitting stagnant in the water is you.
And I'm gonna see it on stage.
Yeah, again, gotta see you on stage, but this is the off the stage conversation to let y'all know that the people that we discuss, again, we want to reiterate, Oprah, Tyler, and I'll stand there for a moment. As we come before you feeling free to discuss anything that is said about us, whereby it's made to appear like we've done something wrong, if we are giving people the impression that we are perfect, I want to make it clear right now, we are not. So is
Well, I can't tell because y'all make it seem as if everybody else has done something to y'all and y'all didn't do nothing.
Imperfect people, we have no inhibitions about giving an apology when you owe it to somebody. Have no indignations, no problems, no apprehensions. But we must ask ourselves, how can individuals like Tyler Perry, who said that Monique was difficult, and indict her as difficult in the business, okay, lose parts? How can she come to court to stand trial to defend her position under the light of the court of public opinion, but the very one who accused her, he stays hidden?
Sir, we don't hire Monique. If it was being said behind closed doors that Monique was difficult, public opinion don't matter because we don't hire her. The thing to do would be to address, I'm not difficult, and I hope people will give me a chance to prove Tyler wrong. If he said I was difficult, let me reiterate, I'm not. And I'll try my best to not be that. Because I'm not that. But no, all it was, Tyler said I'm difficult. And I feel like if this is what y'all giving to us, y'all were difficult. Y'all were difficult. And the hill that y'all trying to die on, it's a difficult ass hill. And trying to have private conversations and then make those private conversations public to get the public opinion on y'all side against Tyler, and that didn't work. And now y'all still pissed.
Why would that be? Why would that be? Mother Oprah, Lord of the master classes, okay? The one who is now, aren't they getting ready to give some sort of talk in reference to, what was it? I know part of it was forgiveness.
Oh,
and
yeah, her and Tyler.
It was like a D word. It was, I forgot, and forgiveness. What you may want to give a seminar about is how not to just forgive, but how to ask for forgiveness.
I want y'all to suffer through this with me. Okay, we had 3 hours and 12 minutes. It's past my bedtime and everything. But I want to get my point across.
We're not dealing with the Pythagorean theory. This is not A plus B squared, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. This is nothing challenging. This is very simplistic.
Can y'all imagine in a meeting and they're saying, Sydney, we want Monique to do this movie. We want to pay her this amount of money. And this is what we're offering. And he said, well, she wants this. And then they say, well, we can't do this. Oh, you can't do this for a Black woman? No, we can't do this because it's not in the budget. You can't put this in the budget for, is it because she's fat and she's Black? No, it's because, that's not what, no. And he goes into a tirade of conversation. That's the definition of being difficult. Because when someone is trying to tell you what they can or can't do, you want to talk them into what you want. Right. You're bringing up slavery. In a negotiation? No. You have to know how to negotiate without being offensive, for one, and not just dragging the conversation in circles of word salads.
If you were comfortable, Oprah Winfrey, going on the CBS Morning Show, saying that if we make Harvey Weinstein the center point of sexual assault, we're missing the boat. And you like to look in the silver cloud as it relates to that. Or
Harvey, how we get to Harvey? We know he a piece of shit.
You having a documentary on our brother Michael Jackson after he was found not guilty in the court of public opinion. But
he was found not guilty. They said Michael did something.
You want to do a documentary on him, but you don't want to speak up for a black woman who you know, based upon all your business endeavors, that when you do not have a contract with someone, you do not owe them anything, but you allow that to ride. And again, we make it a habit of not just calling up what is wrong, but what's right. See, there was a woman named Barbara Walters.
Oh, Barbara.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See, I get wrong because you never.
She had to address the public because there was a rumor that Monique was difficult to interview with. That woman could have been a proud graduate or student from the Oprah Winfrey School of Duck and Dodge. I'm not going to face things publicly.
No, Duck and Dodge. What are you talking about? Thank you, Lisa E, for the cash for the super chat. I was prom queen. Fooling around here, Lisa. Fully fooling around here.
And not said a word, but instead, what did she do? She came out immediately and said that is a lie. She was wonderful to work with and the whole nine. Brother Tyler Perry.
So you want us to believe you want us to believe Barbara Walters, who Sherry Shepherd already told us was a hard woman to work for. When did Monique work for Barbara Walters? Can someone let me know on what set of what did she work with Barbara Walters?
Hey, listen, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. The world is listening to you tell Monique that you were wrong for doing something.
No, if y'all fully listen to that recording, Tyler did not say he was lying. Tyler admitted he did say she was difficult. And he then said because of these reasons, he felt like she was difficult. And their point in saying, well, that's not fair, was because, well, Monique wasn't paid to promote the film and blah, blah, blah. We get that shit. We get it. Whatever. Whatever. However, y'all prove with each live that y'all do be difficult. Y'all got that man on the phone. And again, if y'all hear how he's talking in circles here, he was doing the same thing on the phone with Tyler. And Tyler, he never said, I lied. He just said, I did say this. I did say she was difficult because when we asked her to go promote, she said, no, I felt like that was her being difficult. Even though she wasn't paid to do it, they thought, okay, well, can you do it anyway? Because a lot of other actors, that's what they just did. And when he offered to pay, because at some point when you on the phone and with someone, look, I will pay you what y'all want. We don't want a handout. Sir.
You were wrong for telling others that she was difficult for not essentially committing an act of slavery. Come on.
And the slaves.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See, I get wrong because you never.
You play the role of Medea, a big, black, strong woman. Okay, that's the role you play. Okay, because apparently there's a level.
Y'all notice Monique ain't did much talking. It's been daddy's son.
Level of appreciation you have for that black woman who's willing to speak truth to power. Well, now you're talking about another big black woman that has to speak truth to the power.
Not comparing Medea and Monique as two big black women. Medea's a fake girl.
Named Tyler Perry. Brother, the light. This is the Red Roof Inn intellectually because we're going to leave the light on for you.
The Red Roof. Isn't that Motel 6? The Red Roof Inn don't say that's Motel 6. The motel leave the light on so the roaches don't come around there. Okay, y'all a motel now?
You don't understand the magnitude of how you can help heal the community by showing them you too are a human being. We're going to treat everyone like a human being because we love you enough.
Come on.
We love you enough and want you. What was that movie, Cadillac Records?
Yes.
There was a scene in there in which
Cadillac Records. Beyonce?
So
Now, why am I in it?
And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong
because you never.
our brother, one of the greatest actors
Jeffrey
on the
Wright.
planet, Jeffrey Wright,
Yes.
was confronted by the character named Wolf.
Yes.
And he said, I'm getting tired of you acting like you acting towards that white man. I want to see you have the privilege of being a man in and of yourself. We want to see you have the privilege, Brother Ty.
Bitch, what? I saw Cadillac Records. I loved them. It was a fun movie. Child.
Of showing the world that you are a good dude. And I believe deep down you are. But the embarrassment from the audio where you say y'all got it too hot out here, but you go to churches. When would Jesus think the right time was?
Jesus?
So
Now, why am I in it?
And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong
because you never.
To go out and say I was wrong. Would it be when I promote my next movie and the heat continues? Would he wait until it's not hot out here? Or would he want his humble servants, as you claim to be, to the moment you identify that you are wrong, this is the moment we need to identify that I am wrong?
What the fuck did he just say, y'all? What did he say? What does that mean?
Why have you not done that? That was in 2016. And I'm not going to speak belligerent to anyone because that is not alignment. That is not in alignment spiritually with me, with the universe. And what we're communicating today, this is not designed for everyone to appreciate. If you are vibrationally connected to what is right,
If you are vibrationally connected,
the person who does wrong does not matter because wrong is wrong and right is right. And Brother Stephen A., the way in which you communicated, that's...
Wait, wasn't we on Tyler? Wasn't he just talking about Tyler? How do we get back to Stephen A. Smith? Again, if you are in contract negotiations and you are talking about Monique wanting a new computer chair that is for wider hips, and they're saying we can get her one for wider hips, but we can't get it in white. We have to get it in black. Oh, but the monkey's in Azkaban. The monkey's in Azkaban. Sir, that don't have nothing to do with this.
a great way to potentially be in alignment with the right people, but you're not in alignment with what is right.
And I want to say this.
And Monique over there saying, yeah, do you know what he's saying?
To the younger generation.
Oh.
Brother Greg, when you say the younger generation is watching, we want them to. We want them to watch so close and pay so close attention to the ones that are afraid, fearful, and to the ones that are saying, no, baby, you keep standing. And for those of you who say, well, Monique, why do you keep going? Because what we are showing the younger generation, until they're accountable, you can't stop.
Sir, ma'am, say that to the kid who saying y'all don't love him and stuff. Go say, give all this energy to the family.
Until you hold people accountable, you cannot stop. So to this younger generation, my babies, don't back down, don't sit down, don't lay down, keep standing.
So what this is, my son came out and called me out. Let me confuse y'all and change the narrative. Let me throw out some trigger words, some gaslighting words. Let me confuse and conflate all the issues. Let me mention Greg Mathis, Stephen A. Smith, the fat light-skinned man, Medea and Tyler Perry, Oprah, Jesus, the slaves, and then Miss Evelyn's yard and her pit bull.
Unapologetically, keep standing. They are banking on you. They are banking on you to be so afraid of these invisible powers that be so afraid of that you don't speak up and you don't speak out, that you just lay low and you be quiet and you take the abuse and you.
Ma'am, that's the kids these days don't even want to work. They not taking no shit at all. I'm not even in the younger generation. I ain't taking no shit. That's why at my job, I come late every day and I dare somebody to quit. And I've been at my job it'll be 9 years in September. I'll get there when I get there.
Be exploited. They're banking on us to be that. They're banking on us. So for you, Stephen A. Smith, for you, Brother Greg Mathis, who I love dearly, your family, I love y'all. However, when you say the studios are watching, the executives are watching, but our community is suffering.
And the Screen Actors Guild, the Writers Guild, just got finished striking.
What?
They were watching then.
Yeah.
They were watching prior to that. What we're looking for are the people who are in alignment with honesty. Because let me explain.
Sir.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
They're lying.
Explain to you what can happen and how healing it is. See, last week when we spoke about the Breakfast Club, and our brother.
The Breakfast Club.
Now, why am I in it?
And you could have did
Now,
it.
see how I get wrong and stuff?
Every time they bring up something new, we're gonna see Nene.
Charlamagne the God just taking ownership of it at the behest of a black woman named
Just hilarious. Happy birthday, baby.
And our brother DJ Envy, you was wrong for trying to make him apologize to Daddy because she calls me Daddy, but y'all keep forgetting that I call her Mama. See, that's
y'all. There's a double standard. Sometimes how a dude say, "Hey, Mama," is not like Mommy. She called that man Daddy. Child.
my mama right there. But we don't want to talk about that. And I'm not talking about the Breakfast Club. I'm just saying in general. But those three individuals got together, and what was an issue for several years, it was resolved because we know how to forgive. There's a black.
It wasn't an it. Y'all was mad for 7 years. 7 years.
Black man by the name of Lee Daniels. See, not only did this brother go so far as to apologize to us privately, he apologized publicly. But then this brother went and he spoke to our sons face to face, and he apologized. That's what men do. That's how you heal. There is no shame in being wrong. The shame is knowing that you're wrong and not admitting to that wrong that you were a part of. So when you see these individuals with the mansions, with the cars, and all of these things, in the words of our great ancestor, Bob Marley,
What?
Some people are so poor, all they have is money.
Come on.
Don't be that.
Come on.
Don't be that.
I'm sorry to be chuckling. When I hear you, Shalon, talk about money. And
now she back to her son laughing at the son. I think it has knocked folks out, so hopefully y'all can come back in.
And stuff, it's like, baby, as I told you when you were younger, I told you as a man, don't let nobody introduce you to me. You know who your mama is.
And when folks speak in reference to calling your seed, sometimes, especially when your seed decided to call things off with you because you didn't move for a 34-year-old, 32-year-old man in the time that he wanted to do because you as a mother, you as an entertainer, you as an actress, you as a grandmother, you as a wife, allotted the time to see him, but he pushed you away.
Again, y'all see how she's allowing him to address her son, who he already told us can't call him daddy because he's the uncle. And let's not forget, Monique already said she wasn't a good mother. She didn't raise him much. She was gone a lot, wasn't no whatever. And now let me bring up his age. Let me make it seem like because she didn't want to move how he want to move now. No, this is an old issue because y'all ain't seen that man, as you said, for 3 years.
But then when it's time for him and it doesn't work for you, now it's a problem. Listen. It comes a point in time where when you become a man, when you become a woman, it is your obligation to do for you. To do for you.
That man ain't said nothing about need no money. And again, they're alleviating the fact that Monique admitted the reason the son spoke out was because she said first, we don't have much of a relationship. I wasn't a good mom the first time. I was really young. I did a lot wrong. Like, why are you ignoring that fact?
31, brother, 32. I'm sitting there on a conversation at the behest of your mother. Why? For you. Because I love my nephew. And we still
I love my nephew, not my son. Not my wife's son, my nephew.
Love you, Shalom. That's why your mother and your father interact with one another to let them be aware of what's happening with you. So if you think you're not loved, that's because you're not paying attention.
Oh. So let me negate how you feel and say, you're actually loved, you just don't know it.
And there are other dynamics that fall into play in which we completely understand. And for you too, we're going to keep the light on for you. But I find it extremely ironic that the last time you saw me, you wanted to be able to call me dad. And I couldn't allow you to call me dad because there's only one dad in your life.
And that's the fucked up part. Let me use the fact that he wanted me to be a father figure and say, I can't be a father figure to you. You're already a daddy. I can't be a father figure to you. You my nephew.
And he's a friend of ours. He's a friend of ours. So.
meaning more adults putting other adults' feelings over the child because his daddy didn't live in that house. You and Monique did, and making him feel like I can't be your father. I may be the father figure in this house. I'm a father to your siblings. I can't be your father. Why make him feel that way?
Again, we as people of color, let us stop being embarrassed about having conversations out loud because you never know who you could be helping. Please do not allow people to embarrass you out of life. I don't care if you're in the LGBTQ community.
LGBTQ?
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See how I get wrong because you never.
I don't care if you want to change your profession. I don't care whatever it is that you want to do. We have a finite amount of time to live on this plane. Please do not live on this plane based upon the ridicule.
Couples who share water bottles, that's weird. You can get your own water bottle. I'm not saying you can't swig from your husband or your wife's bottle once in a while. But if we sitting down here on the live, I want my own water bottle.
You may or may not receive from someone else. Be your authentic self because you're going to travel eternally by yourself. You can be in a room full of people, but you are always by yourself.
You and Monique are always together. So when we've rarely ever seen her by herself. She couldn't even respond to her son by herself. So miss us with the bullshit.
Because your thoughts are right here. The spirit of who you are is right here. Be true to your spirit.
Now, what we get ready to share right now is
go ahead. I think I know what you're going to say.
Not him cutting her off. Again, every time she trying to talk, why he keep talking?
To the degree where we're not going to stop being who we are and we received a death threat. That we were supposed to apologize. We need to apologize. Apologize to who? We didn't quite find out. We didn't quite find out who they wanted us to do.
Not again, death threats. Okay.
That fool. But listen, we're going to be authentic to ourselves. So we take the death threat seriously, but it's so serious.
First of all, no one should be sending death threats. Let's make that clear. No one should be sending death threats ever. Okay?
That we have to further enjoy. This time that we have here, we're in disputes with Oprah, Tyler, CBS.
Y'all are in an individual solo dolo fight with Oprah and Tyler because they have not responded, or Oprah and I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. What I'm saying is Oprah and Tyler have not acknowledged, responded, or mentioned y'all in the past 10 years. You're not at odds with people who you don't even exist in their orbit. And I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. However, y'all are fighting a wall.
Why? Because we can't understand why a company such as CBS, how we can say you incrementally over 5 years made a one-time payment of $65 million. You made over $800 million by 2009, 5 years after the Parkers went off.
Now, the Parker situation, I'm with Monique all the way on that. The Parkers moved, but my thing is the contract. If you did Monique contract, did you fuck her over or the CBS? I feel like you didn't help at all. However, separate from him being bad representation and not doing deals right, I still feel like the situation of them being paid for the Parker, that is this indication that y'all owe. I fully feel like the powers that be need to pay them for sure. I also feel like, what did the contract look like back then? Who negotiated them contracts and who can renegotiate to get them a fair payout for the amount of money made off the Parkers?
In 2004, we're in 2024, and you're saying that 2.5% of what Monique and Countess are owed, you don't want to give it to us because you didn't make the money? How can you ever go into the red on a one-time investment where you've already superseded that investment by 1,000%? You can't. So the things that people are out there and they're astounded that we are saying, this is...
Child. Look at her looking at him. My daddy. He loves me so much. Look at him defending his mama. I just love him so much. You know, he just defends me. I love it. He's amazing. He makes all the sense. I want the money and he's going to get it for me.
Because Brother Judge Mathis. This is because the
Judge Mathis, what? How we get back to Judge Mathis?
younger folks may be looking. And we want them to be true to themselves. True and tell the truth. Because as our brother Steve Harvey said, there are repercussions that come from the truth.
Steve Harvey. Steve.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it. See how I get it wrong because you never.
Truth. But we rather deal with the repercussions that come from the truth versus the repercussions that come with a lie.
Come on now. Come on now. So we wanted to come on and share that with y'all today. And I'm not laughing at that, but it makes me chuckle to say that someone, whoever it is, and y'all have been hearing what we've been saying, but someone or somebody was sent a death threat all because this little fat black girl and her husband telling the truth.
So did y'all get one death threat? So one person in the world sent y'all a death threat? What's the comment? You guys ignore them. Just block them, you know.
Not because we stole nothing. Not because we hurt somebody. We didn't rob nobody. Just because they're telling the truth. So what we're saying to you young babies right now, keep telling the truth.
Oh, yep, keep being truthful.
Let nothing stop you from telling the truth. Not, I don't want to say, we say your truth, the truth. Tell the truth. So we're not getting this confused with, well, my truth was, no, tell the truth. Because the truth may not be favorable for you, but it's the truth.
But ain't that their truth?
Don't ever be afraid of telling the truth. And I believe our ancestors are saying, babies, y'all please keep standing because we took the ass whoopings for y'all.
Ancestors?
We took these ass whoopings. We already been here. And if we keep talking in private, Greg, we'll keep getting exploited. Because didn't y'all talk in private? Didn't the ones before you talk in private? And what changed? What got better? What got different? Because the private conversations never seem to make it to the light of day. So the shit that happened in the private can continue to happen because they knew the fear was placed in there. You better not say nothing.
Would you be so kind as to share your story with the good folks out there that you had with Brother Lee Daniels on your walk while y'all were filming in Pittsburgh?
You know, I'm going to say this first thing.
Kick it.
When Lee and I talk, and Lee will say, Mo, I don't want to revisit it. You know, we got through it, and it's done. And I would say to Lee, you don't understand how beautiful what took place happened. I'm not saying it's never happened in history. I just don't know of it happening where you have a big-time director and an entertainer, and the director says, hey, I want to apologize, and they mend that friendship. Lee Daniels and I were going for a walk when we were filming the movie The Deliverance in Pittsburgh. And he said to me, Mo, why didn't you just be quiet? Why didn't you just let the shit go? I said, Lee, had I just let the shit go, you and I would not be taking this walk down the riverfront.
I mean, you could have been walking for a long. You could have had 4 or 5 walks on the park after dark, having a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation. My point is, you don't know what could have happened if you did not keep fussing about something. Had you just kept pushing to get other things fixed versus fussing the same damn thing the same damn way for a long damn time. Okay? It took 10 years for you and Lee Daniels to take a walk in the park, but what did you miss in those 10 years because you chose not to let something go, and 10 years later, what you did let go still is an issue for you. For you, not nobody else, but for you. It ain't even fixed.
And that went on for years. So this is what we're saying to y'all, baby.
But let them breathe that in, my baby.
Okay, you know I talk.
You would not. Well, we talk together. But I need people to breathe.
Monique, shut up now. Shut up so they can hear you, but really hear me tell them what you meant by what I said through your brain.
Breathe that in. Had I let it go, you and I right now, Brother Lee, would not have been able to go on this walk together as friends. So the conversations we are having right now, because the only real reason for war is to ultimately have peace, especially when you're defending yourself. The reason we're having the conversations that we're having right now is for the purposes of a level of unification amongst folks. We love to go on.
No, it's for you and your career and what you want.
That walk with you one day, Oprah. We love to go on a walk with you one day, Tyler.
Oprah and Tyler would never. Child, it ain't girl. Jesus himself. Oprah and Tyler might tell Jesus no. If Jesus came down from the heavens above, okay. Oh, I'm Jesus. Tyler, I need you to go talk to Monique. No, Jesus. Oprah, I need you to go talk to Monique. No, Jesus. Jesus himself. Okay. Our Lord and Savior will come down tiptoeing in his Jordans trying to tell Oprah and Tyler, I need you to go talk to Monique. And I'm sure they would say, Lord, just take us with you. If we have to do that, then Lord, send us to your home, by God. Because it's a no.
But you know, if you walk with us, we got to walk in truth. We're not going to walk in being individuals that pretend to be something and that are not. I saw people scrutinizing The Rock the other day because he came out.
The Rock?
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it.
See how I get thrown in
To apologize in reference to asking people that didn't have a great deal of money to help with the funding in Hawaii. But he came out and he apologized and he said, I'm a quick study. Let me say this, ever so humbly from my perspective. I so appreciated that. And it further reinforced why people love that cat. Come on. Because he took ownership of it. What happened is, Oprah, who teaches master classes, have you seen her talk about that as of yet? Have you seen her come out? What we're saying is, we want you to feel what it's like to walk with the people in truth. Not just be so elusive, so above everyone, that you don't realize you are exactly like everyone. Because you too have an expiration date, as do we all.
Is that a death threat? Oprah?
So let's be good to one another while we have one another. Let's be that, and then let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. So my babies, we glad. And thank y'all. You got any answers to my daddy?
It was something, but I forgot. So what we're going to do is keep it pushing and tell y'all we so thank y'all. Again, we are built for the criticisms of the individuals that are out there with ridicule, because we are blessed to have those individuals out there that see past it and are saying, y'all keep on telling the truth, and y'all encouraging us to tell the truth, and we hope we're encouraging you to continue telling the truth.
Fuck them both. Y'all, for anyone who feel like y'all be picking on her, y'all don't like her being with a strong black man. Why y'all don't like that lady husband? Why y'all make it seem like, Monique's a bad person? Why y'all be acting like him saying they was a child? If y'all don't learn nothing else from the 3 hours and 41 minutes that we've been on here, I let y'all see how that man is, because that is her representation. So when Monique talks about being blackballed and people say she's difficult, that's who she had as her representation. Somebody brings up slavery in every conversation, and that's publicly. What does he bring up behind closed doors? Ain't no beads. Anyway, y'all, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I thank y'all for standing up for me for this long ass live. Okay, we'll be back here tomorrow at 9 o'clock for a whole other conversation of stuff, because I left some stuff on the floor and stuff. Okay, I hope y'all have liked and commented and shared and subscribed and all that good stuff. I gotta pee, y'all. I've been sitting here drinking water for 3 hours and 42 minutes, y'all. My bladder is going to explode. Fine, okay. But I will see y'all tomorrow. I love y'all for having a good time tonight, okay? Do not be a person of craziness on lives like Daddy's son, okay? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. I gotta go, y'all. Bye. I love y'all.